Gonna do it. It says offline. Okay, I think we're good. There's the ad.
Hell yeah.
Flowing through. Let's see. I don't think we have anybody here, honestly.
Oh.
But
well, we have the ads. Us and the ads together
true.
forever.
It only took 40 episodes for everyone to decide what the fuck am I doing watching this shit.
No, I don't think they're used to us starting on time.
On time?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
The one time we start on time, there's nobody. But I mean, we're still recording it, so that's the main.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody
we
listening,
could do it offline. You know?
our true loyal fans, the listeners out there. I'm not even kidding. Welcome to the B3 GamingCast episode 40. And why I say I'm not kidding, not to be really hurtful to the people that show up for the Twitch stream, but we had our biggest month that's not even done yet this month for downloads and whatnot. At I believe it was 1256 downloads for this month. Yeah, which we normally average. We've been averaging in the past few months about 1100-ish, which is good. Great. I mean, we're consistently getting that like feed hit, which is awesome. But yeah, for whatever reason, people are like, yes, I need this in my life for 2017. So that's awesome. We appreciate that. And we got some cool things coming up. Count's got something with Ship of Heroes, guys, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and maybe in a couple of podcasts here, we should have one of the developers and community manager, or what was it?
I'm not sure exactly who it's going to be, but the guy I talked to was the community manager guy. So
dog?
I mean, they've been doing a lot. They've been doing a lot of. They've had a lot of write-ups of the online video game.
Yep.
Whatever you want to call them, websites, or they've been having a lot of write-ups for the
games
more
media.
so than the other games that are kind of the spiritual successors of City of Heroes. That's a good thing. So
that's a very good thing.
Yeah.
But Janser, I can't get out of my head now. Us doing an interview with a dog over Skype. I just
bark. So, what do you? What was your influence behind making the character creator? Bark. Yeah. Bark. Mm-hmm. You can talk to my dog. I'll put my dog on. Count will put his cat on, and I don't think
I've
you
got
have
the
a pet,
door locked. I've got the door shut. The cat has been trying to knock off my PS4 off my table here.
Yeah, that's no good. That's
hey,
no good.
Speaking of PS4s, me and Count were talking about this earlier. Count, you told me, and I believe I may have just forgotten it and remembered it just now. You said your friend already has a PS4 Pro. Am I right?
Yeah, there's a couple people that have. PS4 Pro's out. It's been out since November.
Okay, then I want to hear from you, Count. How come this whole time? Now, it could just be my ignorance, and I will fully admit that could just be my ignorance.
Like the whole Alpha Flight thing? Yeah.
Oh, man, you're not going to let that go.
No, I'm not going to let it go.
Well, Count, how come I haven't heard anything about the PS4 Pro? I've been hearing a lot
Maybe
about
you're not
the Scorpio.
on Twitter. A lot of the stuff that you set yourself up for it.
Actually, I have brought it up during the podcast that it had bad performance issues.
It did have some bad performance issues, but Gamer trying to have to disagree with you earlier before we started streaming. You said that it had been like overhyped, but actually, the PS4 has kind of been it's kind of underwhelming. I don't really see investing. If you already have a PS4, they've already done the HDR update for it, where you get the brighter colors. They've already made some graphical enhances for the console. I'm not sure why you would invest another $300 or $400 or whatever, how much ever it is, for a PS4 Pro. It doesn't really seem to do anything. You know what I mean? It's basically for the few people that have the 4K televisions. But it's not like native 4K. It's like you have to rig it up to even like play your games in 4K on your television. So I just don't see the big deal of it. Now the Xbox one has got me hyped. I mean, and there was some rumors going around this week that they weren't going to support VR because they removed the VR, any kind of instance of VR from their website. promoting
the Scorpio.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling, but the Xbox Scorpio, but that Microsoft has confirmed they are going to be doing VR with it, because a lot of people were like, I saw Grindhead Jim actually tweet that he wasn't surprised they were dropping the VR off the Xbox, and I think that was just a rumor going around. But Microsoft confirmed, yeah, they are going to be doing VR with the Scorpios.
We are VR.
That was kind of the rumor. That was kind of the drama rumor going around. I know you guys aren't console players anyway, but
I'm still curious about this stuff. And the count. The reason I bring this up is just so PS4's been out for a while, and I haven't heard shit from like games media. Like I follow
just because what I said.
Watching, you weren't like following any of it, and I actually brought up some of that during the podcast too about how it had worse performance.
Yeah, the checkerboarding. What is it, Janzer? The checkerboarding, like some of the games run a little bit more vividly, but
it's like trying to do 1080p for them. One of the biggest problems was trying to do 1080p. They actually do more work than they really should have to, because they're downscaling but up-resing at the same time.
Exactly.
It's really fucking stupid.
They call it checkerboarding, I think, is what...
Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
I don't really know.
Something like that. I'm not sure.
But I did read about that, and that's why like games like what was the bird dog game that everybody was waiting for? The little boy and
the Last
bird dog.
Guardian?
The Last Guardian, right. And what's silly is I watched like some streams, and I really liked the game. I thought it was a really good story. But that's why that game struggled so much, is because they're doing double work. It's the dumbest thing, you know?
Right.
But, yeah, that's about what I know.
But, I mean, I know two people that have gotten the PS4 Pro. Like, remember I said I had one in my shopping cart?
I remember now.
And I took it back, and I'm glad I did.
I think when you got sick, Gamertron, something happened to your memory.
Oh, yeah, jeez.
Did you really get sick, or did you get abducted by aliens? I'm just curious.
How was that?
The hell I went through, I might as well have been.
Was it anything like the new Prey game? Oh, that transition. Fuck, man. Fuck. We can keep going about the PS4 Pro if you have.
How was that anal probe?
What?
Oh my god!
But yeah,
what was that?
That was awesome. The voice of aliens up high that are calling down.
Something happened.
They're trying to get a Metacritic
your
review.
Mic screwy, Gamertron? What happened?
Aliens are trying to get a Metacritic review about their anal probing from humans. So they heard us on the podcast, and you were talking about Metacritic. So they're like, "This guy, we need to get him. He'll give us a good review."
Fuck Metacritic. But anyway, I'm sorry, Janzer.
Oh no, that's awesome, man.
I was like, Janzer's going to be so pissed that I'm really doing this shit.
It didn't blow anybody's ears up, so I thought that's pretty cool.
I waited for you to do intros tonight because I was going to fuck with the intros.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
You never did the intros.
I know we wrote it. There's so much I've got on my list. That's why.
I know. I was like, God damn it, Janzer.
This is your host, like always, Janzer. Count is the voice of God.
Welcome to the B3 GamingCast. All right,
and we've got Gamertron laughing like the Joker. Wow.
All right, Gamertron, it's not that funny. All right,
dude, it's funny because it's so unexpected.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Prepared for this.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to look up this one article where there was a developer that said that the Scorpio is basically going to be the best platform for developers.
Yes, that was the Ori and the Blind Forest developer.
That's
I remember
right.
That.
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's got 8 cores, 6 teraflops, which I think the PS4 Pro is going to have like 4.5, or has 4.5, and so I mean, it's just a better system.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah, because on my newsfeed, where I barely hear anything about the Pro, I'm hearing nonstop about the Scorpio. Like, everybody just keeps bringing it up. And
because
really
the Pro's already out. And so now it's on to the next thing. That's the way I see it. You know?
Exactly.
Okay. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, like, the weird transition. Because Sony used to be on top, and now it looks like Microsoft is stealing gamers back. Like, they're really rectifying...
Well, they're closing the gap on the sales, but if they keep shutting down their exclusives, they won't. You know what I mean? Like, Scalebound, but.
Yeah, fuck, man. I really hope Platinum resurrects that somehow, and just hopefully they own the IP and Microsoft.
No, we already went over that last time. They don't own the IP.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's dead. It's dead. It's gone.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. This is along the lines of like Microsoft doing stuff for gamers and whatever. But have you guys looked into the Microsoft game mode for Windows 10?
Yeah, it's weird. I wish they gave more details about it.
So I have a little bit of info here. So you can download it right now. Windows 10 preview build 15019 has it. And you go to settings, you go to gaming, and you can turn on Windows game mode. It's basically like that program, GamerTron, that you have that like shuts off unnecessary processes in order to. Yeah, it's supposed to give you better performance. So better FPS, better average FPS, better peak FPS, that kind of stuff. But it's also coming in with built-in beam streaming, so they're finally going to start utilizing that. Right. Which you can start basically the way that it works for consoles, where everybody and their grandmother just clicks a button and they can stream. That's kind of what it's going to be. But it's still like not doing great. Like the information about it right now is like the 2 builds that they put out have been not good. Just a lot of problems with it. So it's coming though, so it will be, it's something they're actively working on. So they're definitely trying to hook into gaming,
It's interesting. I may give it a shot just
with
to
Windows,
just to like compare it with Game Accelerator, because I love Game Accelerator and it's done
I would
and doing
highly
wonders
recommend
for
to
me.
not bother with the preview build. Just research it. Everybody's got a lot of problems with it, and the second thing is doesn't work with every game.
That right there just kind of blows it.
You don't want to screw your
out of the
machine
water,
because that's your work machine and your game machine. If you had 2 different machines, that would be a different story.
Okay, yep. So, gonna put that on the blacklist of never touch ever.
Exactly. Give it some time. So,
a lot of time, a few dozen years. Oh man. Anyways, back to your earlier transition, your excellent transition about Prey.
Yeah.
New trailer for Prey came out this week, showing off more of the story and gameplay, and it's looking pretty great. I'm not gonna lie, Prey's looking pretty great. Like they basically just showed off more of the features that they've already talked about, like the shape-shifting, being able to explore the space station, like mystery, drama, that sort of thing. One of the really cool things about the new trailer they showed is that one of the things you can shapeshift to is an automatic turret, which is pretty fucking cool. It's like Bastion, except from robot to turret, you're human to turret. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
They also showed off more of the environments and more weaponry, and there's not much else I can say other than that Prey's looking great. Prey, I may have brought this up earlier. I know I brought this up earlier before we started the podcast, but Prey looks like Arcane's love letter to old school first-person kind of RPG games like BioShock, System Shock. We talked about Half-Life earlier, Janzer?
Well, yeah, I saw like a reference to like, is Prey Half-Life 3? Not like really, but kind of like a
spiritual successor.
It looks, and I kind of see where they're coming from. If you go watch the latest trailer for it, there's a couple of scenes there with the scientists, and they're like, what is the main protagonist's name? I can't remember. Morgan. They're like, okay, Morgan, whenever you're ready, go ahead and press the button. It's just very kind of like the scientists in Half-Life 3, where there's the experiments going on and all that. Something goes wrong. So it's kind of got the same kind of idea. There's aliens. I don't know what the main guy actually is, though, if he's a normal dude or if he's a scientist as well. But if he is a scientist as well, okay, Morgan Gordon. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I noticed Steam has a page up already for pre-order.
Oh,
sweet.
And it's coming out in May. Wait, isn't Prey coming out like May 5th or May 17th?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's coming out around the same time Doom came out. So will Prey be this year's Doom? Ooh.
May-ish. May 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just put that on the list. Sorry,
I think it's
running all the
something
notes.
like that. May 5th or May. I think it might be May 5th.
Okay, I'll put that.
That is due out sometime in May.
I'm not sure about the pre-order offer though. They're basically offering you like starting resources because there's resources you can collect in the game to craft shit. They're offering you starting resources and a custom shotgun. So the pre-order is like, I'm not so sure because resources and a shotgun is there one
that's
extra
better
weapon
than like a shotgun that you can only use for 4 levels and then you can never use it again. Massive, go fuck yourself. Yeah.
You know you love them. You love their game.
I like the game enough, but I don't like that. So, yeah. So Prey. Any other thoughts you have on that?
Well, Count, I haven't heard your thoughts. Do you have any interest in the game?
Oh, I'm definitely going to get it after seeing some of the teaser. Definitely going to try it out, no doubt. I don't know much about it, but
again, if you've played games like BioShock, System Shock, Half-Life, if you played the Dishonored games, because this is the same developer, Arcane Studios. If you played their games, they have a certain style which I'm seeing in Prey. They love first-person interaction. They love having you mess around and fuck about the environment. Which is something that's really cool about Prey and its environment. It takes place on a space station, and the cool thing is, you can go anywhere on the space station. There are some areas that are, like, more difficult, more challenging than others, because you're meant to travel to them later in the game, but since the space station's open to you at the beginning, if you want to, you can go to the harder levels right away, instead of going down the kind of path the devs want you to take, like you go to this floor, then this floor. If you want to explore around and get your ass kicked, go right ahead. That's the thing that I really like about Arcane's games. I really like about Dishonored, and they're one of the very few pioneers of this sort of game style. Them and Eidos Montreal with the Deus Ex games is that just giving the player freedom to fuck up. There's not a lot of games that give players the freedom to fuck up. Like, drop them in the world, and you can make mistakes. You can lose items, you can destroy items, you can ruin relationships with NPCs, and you'll have to reload an older save file if you want to get that right. I really enjoy games where they have that dynamic option.
Not being handheld so much.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because even in games like Dark Souls, there's a bit of hand-holding because they want you to go down certain paths. Like, the entire map isn't open to you. You usually have to go down a linear path to get to your objective. But with Prey, like they've said time and time again, entire space station, open you in the start, go where you want to go. Your objective's over here, but you don't need to go to your objective if you don't want to. Yeah.
Well, some games, they have a very well-crafted experience that they want you to have, whereas this game is just different, you know? So I can understand that for Dark Souls. They kind of want... Dark Souls is very kind of... It's partially open, you know. You can, like, I know in the original version of Dark Souls, I went down to an area that everyone was like, "Why did you do that? You should not be going there at this level." You know, I was like, because I could. So, and I was like, plus, when I kill skeletons, I just don't like them. So, yeah, yeah.
There you go. Okay, one last thing about Prey. Yeah. They have a weapon that looks really fucking cool. This foam gun. I don't know if you guys have seen this already, but it's a gun this foam gun that freezes enemies, like turns them into sculptures. You can also use it to create platforms in the environment.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know any other game that does that. Like there's a lot of cool video game weapons out there, but one that has you both kind of like freeze enemies, create cover, create platforms to use in the environment. Like, again, Prey's looking pretty good. Arcane's very creative. They've showed that off with their Dishonored games, like just Dishonored 2, which I played this year. Dishonored 2, fantastic game. And the amount of creativity Arcane had in their level design, it's crazy. It's crazy. Have any of you seen like gameplay from Dishonored 2?
Oh, I've seen some gameplay, but I didn't get the game or anything. I have seen some games.
Because there's this one level called the Clockwork Mansion, where it's this house where if you pull levers, the rooms shift and change into other rooms, and it leads for some excellent like moments of stealth, eluding the enemy, and platforming around this ever-changing, shifting environment. So I really... Arcane, they're a really good developer. They're a very creative developer, so I have no doubt that Prey's going to be a good game. I have faith in Arcane.
Where are they located out of? Is that Montreal as well?
Think, no. They're European. I know they're European. I think they're French.
All right.
I could be mistaken. But But yeah, that was Prey.
All right, cool. Since we kind of talked about something that's releasing in the future here, May 5th, I figured I'd go through this quick list of games that I have that of note to me that are going to be released in the future.
One of them you're going to talk about.
Yeah, I've got about like 5 of them here. So Nioh is coming out on February 9th. It's PS4 only. And, yeah, I know exactly. But
I was watching some people play that the other day when they had their little weekend. Was that last weekend?
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah, I was watching Grammaton Dryad play it.
Yeah, I watched him for a little while. Yeah, that game is getting better looking all the time while I watch people play. I just don't know if there's enough to do, though. I mean, I want to know more about, like, what's the objective of the game except just going around killing folks. You know, so
I don't know.
I know it's like feudal Japan Dark Soul meets Dark Souls or something, you know.
I think it's loosely supposed to be based on like a historical thing where like I think a Dutch guy was in Japan like historically and became like one of the first Western, well, I guess European samurais, you know.
Oh, so that's why the main character
that's
looks
the
like
last
the Witcher.
samurai count. And I did make that joke during the stream too. I was like, so where's Tom Cruise? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that, to be honest with you.
I didn't know it either, and I could be getting it wrong, but that's what I picked up from the live stream. So,
well, who knew that Dutch samurai looked like the Witcher?
Yeah.
The white hair, the eyes. Like I'm thinking that's Geralt from the Witcher.
I just call it like Nioh is like for weebs. It's like, oh, I can be the Caucasian within Japan.
Yeah.
I can be a samurai / ninja.
But the combat looks cool. There's some really cool moves.
Indeed.
The combat has some really cool moves, but
there's some neat monsters too. You know,
oh yeah, shit.
Oh, I didn't see any of that part.
Oh yeah, there was like an eyeball monster
basically
child or something running around. I was like,
what the hell is that? I didn't see any of that part. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in that game a little bit. I mean, it's not really my thing, but I do like the fact is this, and I might be getting this wrong, but like if a player gets killed and then you can challenge his NPC, you can challenge the player's NPC,
the build
to come alive.
Yeah, whatever you died, however you died, that's what that like AI comes up.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a really cool addition to the game.
That is really cool.
Yeah. Indeed. Yep. For Honor, February 14th. So messing with that right now.
I played about an hour.
Yeah, what'd you think, Count? I don't think I've talked to you about it.
Yeah, it's not really my thing, man. I agree with what you tweeted out initially. Kind of, I mean, it's got some cool. It's got some cool combat. The moves where you have like 3 different stances for your, high parry and your side to side. I think the combat's halfway decent, but I just don't see enough to do. I might try the game and do like the campaign, but I don't really care about the game mode, the combat game modes to play against other players. That doesn't. That just seems like that game's not going to have much of a. It's not going to have much of a life after a couple weeks. I see that game like dropping off the table. I know maybe that's just me, but
it is Ubisoft, and you got to think about their current like set of games. That you've got Rainbow Six Siege.
Yep.
Which I think a lot of people said the same thing about Rainbow Six Siege. We don't really see that it's going to go very far because what do you got? But it's still hanging in there. They keep putting out content.
True. That's true.
The Division, same thing. And this game had like a lot of the user interface and options for the characters are pretty much very similar to those games, specifically Rainbow Six Siege. So I was like, yeah. But I've heard that opinion, what you're saying, Count, and also how you're saying it from a few different people, where it's kind of like they don't know how to really feel too much about it, and they feel like maybe it could be good, but I don't really know if it's going to have a lot for them, right? That kind of thing. So I think that's what I've heard. I already know how GamerTron would feel, but let's go ahead and hear what you think, GamerTron, about the game, because I know you played it for a bit.
Yes, I played for what time I did have, because all week I've been just busy playing all the games from last year to make my top 10 games of 2016 video. For those of you wondering, that video is coming. I'm sorry. It's been so fucking long. It's only been a month. Yeah, I know. It's almost the end of January. Fuck.
I was going to say, you're going to have to do the 2017
I know.
in a little bit.
I'm hopefully going to get it done this weekend. Oh, but just bullshit after bullshit getting in my way of getting this thing done. Anyways, For Honor, what little time I did have to play For Honor, I've played at least 2 free hours of the beta. And I can tell you this much, I'm gonna gush about the game, get that over with, and talk about my issues. I think one thing we can all agree on about For Honor, the game looks absolutely gorgeous. It runs gorgeously.
Yep.
The textures and lighting look phenomenal. And this thing, very specifically to For Honor, the animations are fucking incredible. The animations for when you swing your sword, for when you kill those little AI grunt minion things, like the animation is simply stellar. And the fact that they have
a PC game, just really quickly, I just ran it and didn't even think about the options. I was like, it just flawlessly works.
Right.
I was surprised.
Right.
Same thing between keyboard and controller, which I actually play it with the controller. But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, man, that's incredible because Ubisoft, like for the past few years with their games, they've had shaky starts on PC, and it usually takes a couple weeks or a couple months for them to start running properly. For Honor, this is just the beta, and it looks and runs amazing.
Let's be clear about this quote-unquote beta garbage. Not to mention beta, closed beta. Everybody and their fucking grandmother's dog has the goddamn game. And if you don't have access to it, you apparently don't have any friends because everyone also got 3 options to invite friends. You had 3 friends you could invite. So if you didn't get a chance, maybe you need to be part of the B3 gaming community and you actually maybe get, a chance to play some of these games because we hand out codes if we helped everybody else. Like, the day that it was going to be released, people were like, oh, this and that. Oh, I don't know how to code a blah. And we're like, here, try this, do that, blah, 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 so.
Well, the screen, the screen where I signed up like a month ago and I got the email.
I didn't get an email.
Then the screen, they sent me an email and then I was expecting a code in the email. It wasn't there. And then when I popped the screen up to log in, it said, enter your code. And I was like, wait a second, they didn't give me a code.
What platform?
But it didn't matter. It just went ahead and loaded the game anyway. So,
what platform was it on?
I did PC.
Okay, yeah. On PC, it just loaded into my Uplay account. I had no notification about it, no email, no like, hey, you've got a new game.
Yeah,
somebody just said, hey, it's probably in your Uplay account. And I was like, really? Opened it, and I was like, oh fuck, here it is.
I got an email saying I could preload it. I could preload the game.
Right.
I'm like, preload the beta. Okay, I did. And then I went to the login screen, and it said enter your code. That's why I was tripping out on Twitter. Going, what, I didn't get a code, but
I didn't have that prompt either.
It ran,
I'd say maybe that part was the closed beta feel where some people got emails, some people didn't.
Right.
You had a weird prompt that you shouldn't.
I logged in I think it was like 8:00. It was available in the morning or something, and I was right in like 8:02. I was right in there playing.
Damn.
Like the first hour, because I guess
man.
some people hours later couldn't get in. They were having a hard time logging into it because of the sheer number of people. But I got right in, played about an hour.
Yeah. I'm sorry, GamingCast. We kind of detracted a bit, but if you want to finish up what you were saying,
it's interesting to hear about this because I
don't want to be too negative about it either. It's closed beta technically.
I'm not being negative. I just think that kind of game to me would get a little old very quickly, kind of like Evolve did for people. I mean,
I get where you're coming from.
This is where I kind of gotta disagree with you guys specifically.
Whoa, you're lumping me. I'm agreeing, but that doesn't mean that it's my opinion as well.
Okay, sorry. Rewind, erase, never happened, didn't say it. Anyways, the thing about For Honor's gameplay is I can absolutely see like a competitive, loyal fan base built from this game.
Oh, no doubt. Like a toxic competitive fan base.
That I'm worried
about.
They
all turn to that anyways.
Yeah. But the gameplay, I think we agree that it's pretty skill based. Like you have to be on point, you have to be focused, and the better duelist, the person who can time their blocks and their light and heavy attacks, they're going to win.
Oh, no doubt. There's a skill that combat is skill based over.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it.
And that's why for the first time in a really long time, I actually, even on stream, in front of people, so I didn't care if I looked stupid. Actually played 1v1 against people online because I was like, number one, we're starting. Everyone's at the same level right now, skill base wise. Number two, there's no extra like, oh, I got to worry about his like overheal or any other garbage like that. And number three, I could read all of the inputs that were happening. Yeah. So it was all on me, and that's why I felt confident. Even if I lost, I was like, oh, I see why I lost. Whereas in some games, you're like, if you try to play PvP in Dark Souls 3 or sometimes you don't even know, how the fuck did I lose,
I hear you, man. I hear you. So, yeah, I think For Honor will have a solid fan base, a solid competitive community, because the other thing that I think is going to keep it alive are these different hero characters, because just like games like Rainbow Six Siege or Overwatch, I guess, having these different characters and having their gameplay tweaking their gameplay just enough so that they look and feel different, it adds a lot of variety.
Oh, yeah.
And I brought this up when we were playing earlier, Janzer, about team composition, because I think team composition could play a big role, because if you have too many tank players and the enemy team has some, like, fast-moving, stealthier units, they're going to outplay you.
Yeah, clearly.
So I think they got a good dynamic when it comes to the gameplay. The gameplay is also very unique. I've never played a game like For Honor. It's very, very different, and I think that may gravitate towards people, just this very, very different feeling game. Because Graham brought this up when we were in the Discord. Graham Tondry, be sure to check him out on Twitch. Graham brought this up that when it comes to the combat, damn it, what the fuck was I? Damn it,
Well, I will say one thing from like what I said during my live stream was the game is a mashup of different game types.
Yes, that's what Graham said.
You know, like the middle. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people picked up on it too. Is there is the one mode of 4v4 that is very mobile-like.
Yeah, very mobile. I was about ready to say, no doubt.
But like even on my live stream, I said the one big difference is during that MOBA type fighting, what separates it from being like any other MOBA is the one-on-one dueling that happens on the battlefield is still very personal. It's still very skill-based and not like, do I have the right powers equipped, or cards equipped, any of that garbage. Yeah.
Like
it's like your loadout doesn't matter or something.
Like you can have like gear and equipment, but it only gives you minor stat boosts, and every stat boost like detracts something else.
Two different modes actually don't allow you to take those stat boosts into them. I think it's the 4v4 and 2v2. I think only 1v1 allows you to take your stat boosts in.
Oh,
but this is a closed beta, so who knows? We'll see what's going on later on.
Yes. What else? Okay, so most of my thoughts on For Honor are positive. Game looks gorgeous. The gameplay is very unique. It's hard to get into at first. I will admit, when I was playing the tutorial, I was like, this is so strange. This is so strange, having to move my mouse from side to side to like automatically block, and I gotta watch.
It wasn't strange for controller at all. Like,
no, that game was built for a console.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, as a PC player, like the control setup for me was it was a bit hard to get used to. But once I got used to it, once I got into the flow, it's like, this feels really good. This looks really good. The one thing that kind of bugged me about For Honor is, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I know this is just beta, but I was starting to notice that some heroes were a bit OP and they were not fun to fight against.
You're gonna have a little bit. I mean.
There's two specific heroes being the Warlord for the Vikings and the Nobuchi. Nobuchi, thank you. Yeah. The Nobuchi for the Samurai.
So you hit on the same issues that I had. That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Because here's the Warlord.
Because we're at different skill levels, you know. Like, my responses to things are like, you're trying to push electrons through molasses at this point for me. So I will react to something half a second later than maybe GamerTron would, which is really the win. That's what happens. The better reactions are going to win.
Yes.
The positive side is you can still play against AI, so I don't have to worry so much.
And the AI is pretty good, eh? The AI, they feel like players.
They really do. I'm sorry, I didn't want to take away too much from what your point was, though.
No problem, man. But yeah,
but you can kick people off bridges and shit.
Oh yeah, shit's awesome.
That's kind of.
Oh, you were saying the overpowered ones.
The Warlord and then I'm going to pronounce it wrong.
Nobushi or something like that. Nobuchi, I think.
Nobuchi, okay. The thing about them is with the Warlord, the Warlord's a tank. He can take a lot of damage, but with his shield, like he has a greater ability to block attacks. So he's incredibly difficult. You have to get 2 people on him, because if you go 1-on-1 against the Warlord, you're probably going to lose. Like, I played both PvP and bots, and I kept losing to both the bots and the players who were playing as Warlords. The Nobuchi, the thing about her is she has less health, so she's somewhat mashable, but she has poison. She has poison in her attack. She has like quick attacks, and she can attack from a much greater range because she has a spear-like weapon. Yep. So she's got poison, greater range, greater speed. She may have less health than other heroes, but still, that poison, greater range, and speed, in the right player, in the hands of the right player or a high-level bot, she's invincible.
Yep.
So I really think like with the Warlord, they need to bring down the effectiveness of his shield, because he can easily block every attack. And Nobushi.
Yeah, but there's a counter for that. I agree. You have to learn the rock paper scissors of every single character matchup. That's going to be the whole thing of the game.
To me, what that says is you're attacking him too much. You should be guard breaking him.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. But I mean, the game we barely played it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So finding those correct counters. Now Nobushi, on the other hand, my biggest issue is her extra range.
Yeah, that extra and the poison.
She's so fast.
The bleed.
Well, it's a Volts is saying it's a bleed.
You see a guy that thinks they're still alive and they have a sliver of health, and then all of a sudden they're standing back like in an attack stance, locking on you again, and then all of a sudden they're dead. It's like they bled out. That was kind of funny. Yeah. I watched a guy play on Twitch. He did a 24-hour stream of it.
Oh,
holy
God.
Shit.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that.
And he was damn good. It's a guy from Britain. Can't remember his name, but
he's not paying us anyways.
I watched about 2 hours of his stream while I was doing other things. I was kind of lurking, and just kind of watching his. And I don't remember him losing ever a match.
Holy shit.
He had everything already down. Like, he was like part of the development team. I mean, he was rattling off all the counters to all the moves to all the characters. So he had been studying this game ahead of time. I don't know how he got all this info, but
some people are just actually really good at picking up patterns. Like Graham is like that a lot. Yeah. And he's like, well, I don't know why people can't do it. I was like, because people don't have your brain, Graham. We all excel at different things.
Yeah, this guy was like, okay, he's about ready to do this. And he was like commentating on the match as it was going on. And he did this for 2 straight hours and never got, I never seen him even be in trouble one time. He never got in trouble one time.
Yeah, but he probably can't please a woman. So everybody we all have our. That's what I'm saying. We all have our strengths and weaknesses.
We all have our crosses to bear.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good that he's good at video games. So.
No, this guy, man. But he. I wish I could remember his name. But he had that 24-hour stream going. Man, he had a couple thousand people watching him.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Just before we move on from For Honor, I'd love to know, do you guys have any favorite hero characters? Because I personally really liked the Warden and the Raider. I really liked those characters. I found them very fun to play as. I don't know if you guys how many characters you played as.
I only played one of the Vikings. I didn't, like I said, I only played about an hour, and 20 minutes of that was the tutorial, but I didn't get a chance to really try other.
Okay, well, maybe after the podcast we jump in and group up, perhaps.
I don't know.
You can mix. But here's the thing: people are kind of confused about. Like, if you're like a 4-on-4 or maybe 8-on-8, like a certain team can have mixed classes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, you have Vikings fighting with the samurais.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like,
why would
I saw
the factions working together?
Yeah. Why would that be?
I agree.
That's a little
weird.
Strange.
Probably because it's a video game. At the end of the day,
nitpicky shit,
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a video game, so that's why.
That's something. That's
I mean,
Francis can bitch about or some stupid
that
thing,
that intro, just look at the intro video for it, which I was watching. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to record it, but I was like, so they're fighting over a stream of water that is clearly enough water for everyone, and they're warriors, so they're not the type to settle down and farm, so it's not like they're fighting over that plot of land, and they were gonna go ahead and like, all right, fuck it, we'll just drink this water. But then you have to have the Deus Ex Machina go in there with, I am Apollyon, and you're gonna fight because I say so. So there is no story. There is no point. They're just trying to give it a very loose kind of story.
Oh no, there
to
is
it.
a story, man.
I'm sure there is, but it's dumb. When you bring in a god, I'll get out of here.
No,
Whatever.
there's not. It's not a god. What are you talking about?
Apollyon?
There is no god. Apollyon, she's a warlord. She's not an actual god or anything like that.
Oh, they made her come across as that.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry for the misunderstanding. No, but she's the main villain. She's a character in the single player.
Character, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna make, I don't know. It just seemed really dumb. I was like, okay, they just want you to fight, and they're kind of, here's a loose, like, kind of, whatever. Here's your reason to fight. It doesn't,
Let's get on with the esports.
The reason to fight is just to fight. That's all it is. Yeah. So, but yeah, you didn't really get my thoughts on the game, but I'll go ahead and say them now.
Yes, please.
I actually really like, for once, the player versus player, like the 1v, and specifically the dueling. I don't really like the MOBA part of it very much, because I don't get a chance to really focus down on one character. I think that people with better reactions and have like fucking chipmunk energy would probably really enjoy the MOBA part of it, because you're getting, fought at from all sides. I want a fair fight against one person so I can wreck their shit. I don't want to be bitched out by a fucking NPC mob because I just happen to not, see them in my rear quarter there, or something like that. I want an actual, and so I really like the 1v1s because there's no bullshit there. I'm gonna murder you, So, and it's a great time. Or I'm gonna get murdered, but I'll know why. I'll have seen it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's fair, man. And then I'll learn. So I really actually enjoy that aspect of it. But I can't. That doesn't put enough value on it for me to justify like a $60 game. I'm sure it's gonna be $60. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
For me, it's a no buy. Like, I'll get it when it's way down the line, because I already know how the group B3 at least seems to play MOBA type games. We play them for a bit and then we don't play them. So this is the core group that I play with. So why would I pick up a game that I know we're not going to be playing for a long time? Because it is. It's that thing about
you there, Janzer.
Yeah,
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I'm not going to pay $60 for it.
Yeah,
from what I've seen. I'll definitely wait for a sale on that game.
Yeah, agreed.
But
I'll
pick it up
really, yeah, it's a well done game that doesn't offer a whole lot to me. And Rakshaw, yeah, sorry I didn't fucking get to it, but yes, I actually feel that the environmental kills, as cool and fun as they are, like I put one guy on fire, didn't actually mean to, but I did. Yeah. I threw a guy off a cliff, which everybody's done.
I saw you. Well, you can do the thing where the little shield symbol appears on their chest, where you like shoulder charge them.
Yeah, you guard break them.
The shoulder. Yeah, and their defense is down, and you knocked them out. I was watching you when you knocked it off the bridge. I was
There's one other thing. Jesus Christ. One other thing where there was a guy, like the first match I had, where he was like, he ran away from me and underneath me and was being dumb, but like one level below. And I was like, I'm just going to jump on him. I don't know if it'll do anything. And so I jumped down and attack, and I fucking one-shotted him. Yeah. So I was like, awesome. I was like, that's kind of cool and also a little shitty. So yeah, the environmental stuff, they're kind of cool, but they're also a little shitty. They it's like, okay, I didn't really win that. Like, I've won a few matches like that where I was down to like 1 bar or less than 1 bar, and the guy had 4 bars, and I threw him off the edge, and I was like,
Deep win.
He won that, but
no, I mean,
I'll take the win.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I actually really enjoy that, but it's not worth it for me to buy. I think it's a beautiful game. I think it runs really well. big props for them on a quote unquote closed bullshit beta for having the code like really well, working really well optimization wise during during gameplay itself, the mechanics of it. I do feel like things are a little slow, but it allows people to kind of like read inputs better and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is why I call it, this game is really made for consoles. Everybody knows that console games they're just like that. Everything's slower and kind of like that's just the way it is. So, but oh man, what was
does
the
a
last
pretty
thing?
good job of mimicking like realistic combat.
Yeah.
From back in those days. So
Yeah,
I mean, no one was wielding those swords quickly. Those fucking things were like 70 pounds.
Yeah. Well, if you want to try to
Arnold or something.
Well, here's the problem with that count is like about like there not being speed. In that case, they also shouldn't be rolling around in full fucking plate mail or full fucking armor the way that they are. Like the Warden, I really like the Warden a lot. I didn't think I would. I thought I was going to like the Samurai or the Viking, and I thought maybe I wasn't going to like the more traditional knight, but I actually really like the Warden a lot. She's really good for killing mobs, like MOBA, little minions or whatever, especially since she has a heal on it. But I do best with the Samurai guy, and I do really shitty with the Viking, but I work on him. So, it's really neat for the 1v1 for myself, but I'm not going to buy it until it's like super cheap,
Well, for me, I'm going to be pre-ordering the sucker. For me, there seems to be like enough content, and Ubisoft is doing a similar thing like they've been doing with their other games, where they're going to be releasing certain content for free, like DLC maps and stuff like that. And keep in mind, in the beta, they don't have all the game modes and all the maps. So there's more game modes, there's more maps, there's the single-player campaign, and you can also play the campaign in co-op. So it's got single-player campaign, co-op campaign, more multiplayer game modes, more multiplayer maps, even more heroes, because we only got to play 3 heroes from each faction. There's actually going to be 5.
No, you could play all of them, actually. You could play all of the heroes.
There's only 3 in each faction. There's going to be 5. We didn't get
Oh,
all
I thought
the
you said
heroes.
3 in each faction, meaning a total of 3. You mean like we got to play 9 heroes? Yeah.
There's going to be 15 total, I think.
There's going to be there's going to be 15 total. So there's even more characters. There's a lot more stuff on the horizon. On top of that, like I can see myself playing For Honor for a good amount of time, and I'm definitely looking forward to that single player campaign. I've been following
co-op campaign would probably be pretty cool.
Oh, for a playthrough or one,
but nothing
about
that
it.
sustains the game over
No,
a month
I don't think
or two.
so.
Yeah,
unless they just start adding in all these extra explorable environments that are co-op, that kind of stuff. But
I see myself sticking around for the cosmetics, because they showed off some character customization in video. I'm like, I want some of that shit. The fact that you can take your standard Warden or Raider and make them look completely different with new cosmetics, like I see myself really enjoying For Honor. I think it's maybe one of my games.
This is like we could have just inserted anything that said Gamertron really loves the game. Is gonna come on, nobody's hearing anything from you that's surprising.
Or a day that ends in Y. Right, exactly. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. So, so it's interesting. I'll tell you, here's one thing you didn't bring up, and I don't think we have either, is even though it's closed beta, so we're still having all these network, connection issues. And they were doing all of these like updates and whatnot during the gaming time as well. But I haven't been able to save my progress in duels at all since like yesterday, which fucking blows. So I don't even care about playing the like beta anymore. So it's like it's pointless.
You had a little taste.
Yeah, exactly. And so for a beta
bones of the game,
exactly for a beta, I got a chance to test it. But on the other hand, I didn't get a chance to test character progression very much. That's what I'm getting at. So that's part of the game. I got a little taste of it with like the samurai, because like when you start off, you get some like pancakes or whatever they call those things. So you get stacks of that. So I was able to like buy some stuff. There's stuff in there you can buy to break down your you can break down weapons that you get during gameplay, and you can build up other weapons and upgrade them. So that's kind of neat too. But I know in one of the modes, I think it's not available. It might be the opposite. It might be 4v4 it's available, but not in 2v2 and 1v1. I don't know. But anyways,
a lot of people were streaming it. I mean, it
God.
Not as much as Resident Evil.
That
was off the hook.
Yeah, let's get into that in a minute.
Well, no, I wasn't transitioning. I was
going
about For Honor. I was just saying.
I know. I'm sorry. It was perfect. I know it was
talking
perfect.
About Twitch numbers, but
yeah, no, it's true. There were a lot of people playing it. Even on YouTube, I saw a lot of stuff like that. So yeah. No, I just want to get through real quick. GamingCast. There's a few other games.
Okay.
So that's For Honor on the 14th. Sniper Elite 4 is on the 14th as well. Gameplay for that looks beautiful. If you like sniping games, it's definitely probably up your alley.
Have either of you played any of the previous Sniper Elite games?
No, but I've watched it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've watched like the preview for Sniper Elite 4, and I really liked it, so I know it would be something I'd like to get. Horizon Zero Dawn, February 28th, PS4 only, unfortunately. Everything that I'm not mentioning, like if it's for a specific platform, it's because it's for all of them. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn.
We hope Horizon's coming out. We hope it doesn't get delayed again. I have the night off. I am gonna pre-order it and have it preloaded. I actually put a vacation day in the books for that night. So
nice. There you go.
Check it out. I guess they came out with some info saying it's going to be about a 20-hour campaign, kind of.
Wow.
And if it's going to be like double that, kind of like Witcher 3, if you go for all the side shit, the side mission shit.
So the game is like open world.
It's open world. Yeah, it's a single story open world game,
Okay,
like
I thought from all the previews, I thought it was going to be like a linear game with wide open environments. I didn't think it was going to be full open world. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's
cool.
They're comparing it to Witcher 3 in that kind of regard, but whether or not it's that vast, I don't think so, but
oh god!
We'll
if anything's as big as The Witcher 3, Jesus Christ!
That means for me, let's see, 18 to 20 hours. Let's convert that. It'd probably be about 80 hours before I finish that game.
That's how I am too.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm always like
for
2
me,
to 3
it's just
times
lack
more.
of skill, and
easy.
I can't. For me, it's lack of skill, and I can't concentrate on something more than about an hour. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting that game.
I have to disagree with you though. There, Count. You can only focus on something for an hour. Like Resident Evil, from what I've
give it a minute.
Yeah,
all right,
GamingCast.
GamingCast.
Still going, man.
I said I had one more. I'll let it go there. In fact, it's my next.
It's foreshadowing. It's build up.
It's my next bullet point. For the love of God. All right.
Well, you better mention the one that I'm thinking of, or we're going to be talking about that as well. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Good. If I don't, you can go do that. I've been talking about this game off and on throughout the podcast. The Surge, May 2017.
The Surge.
It finally got a release date called. It's on May 17, 2017. Yeah, it's like the. It's kind of like a android-ish, not android, like a metahuman kind of thing.
With mech suits.
Not exactly a mech suit.
Exoskeleton.
Exoskeleton. There you go. Yeah. So thanks for go ahead and saying it for me. But so it's not exactly Dark Souls either, but it's interesting. Looks really good. There's a new preview out for it now. I liked it on Twitter, so it's up there on Twitter. You can check that or just look up The Surge.
I'm on
May
their
2017.
Website. They said they don't have a full website yet.
Oh, God, got it. Yeah, it's May 2017. Yeah. It doesn't have an exact day, but that's the first time that they've released any kind of like it's coming out. So that's dude,
that's
awesome.
Kind of badass looking.
It is. It looks really good. So yeah, in the comments, somebody was like, "Oh, is this the same people that made the Technomancer?" I was like, "No, that was Spiders."
Yes.
And somebody was like, "Oh, because the Technomancer sucked." And I was like, "Well, you could just check."
Well,
hold on. I was like, "So you could actually go check it out for yourself, or you could listen to other people tell you what to do. Depends. I mean, I think gamers have a brain, so it's up to you, man."
Well, I mean, your opinion about the Technomancer, it didn't suck. It just kind of was like something.
Well, they're listening to Total Biscuit, so I mean, he's going to shit on everything anyways,
Oh yeah, for Total Biscuit, like he doesn't like budget games. He likes AAA or indie. If it's somewhere in the middle, doesn't like.
Yeah, if it's not a minimum $50,000 prostitute, he's not down. So, yeah.
Poor fella.
Now you can go ahead.
Okay.
Well, Count had something. He said there was something that he wanted to like a release. What release were you?
Well, it's not a release; it's an announcement. I guess you were talking about actual release titles that are confirmed releases with dates. Marvel, the new Avengers Reassemble game. I believe Crystal Dynamics going to be. They've announced like a multi-game deal.
Oh, I think I know. Count. You're close. You're close.
That's
on the
out
money.
of Montreal, isn't it?
Yes. But you're close on my. It's Square Enix. Square Enix and Marvel are collaborating to make multiple Avengers games.
But they're also collaborating with the maker of the Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, Crystal Dynamics.
Which is Crystal Dynamics. So yeah, I think it's something like that. So
all I have here is that they announced the Avengers project. So I don't know anything other than that.
They had a little teaser video or something.
Basically, all we know right now is that Marvel and Square Enix are in a partnership right now. They're working together to not just make this Avengers project game, but multiple new Marvel superhero games in the future, which kind of has me worried because this is Square Enix, and Square Enix has done some pretty shady shit. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, microtransactions in the single player, the new Hitman game, Hitman 2016.
Wait, what was wrong with that?
Oh, where they made it episodic, where they last minute made it an episodic game.
You didn't like that, but a lot of people really like that game. That was on like a lot of people's like top 5 games.
I'm not saying I'm just saying like Square Enix is very screwy. Like for like about a year when they first like revealed Hitman, it was going to be a complete experience. Then last minute, then they delay the game and say, "Oh, but now it was a good game." Episodic.
So who gives a shit?
It's a good game.
So yeah, you're talking about like something that doesn't matter then. It's a good game.
It's a good game, but
right.
it does matter in the sense that Square Enix, like they're really all over the place. And
I think you're trying to throw shade on them for nothing.
I'm not trying to throw shade on them for nothing.
You are. You're trying to dig up shit that doesn't matter.
Mankind Divided, microtransactions in the single player.
We've talked about that, and I have no issue with saying, sure, yeah, that is what that is. You know, it sucks. It's bullshit.
On top of that, but that's not else.
So what else? What else then? I mean, they did a great Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, they did.
14? So, you mean 15 or
14? 14 online, the Realm Reborn. That was Square Enix.
Oh, the MMO. The MMO.
I can counter with that, and that was a huge win because they did almost a full game. They released it. Everybody shit on it. They rebuilt the goddamn game.
They rebuilt the freaking game.
That's impressive. But I'm talking more about their AAA
fucking amazing.
products.
Nobody does that shit. What? What did I hear you just? You're talking about their triple. That is a fucking AAA goddamn game. Are you insane? Do you not know how many people play that shit?
Yeah,
you don't like MMOs, clearly, but everyone else that knows anything about video games knows that that's an amazing like fucking MMO, man.
I didn't say it wasn't.
You're throwing shade on them for nothing.
Because they've done shady shit. It's not for nothing.
Keep going. Go ahead. Keep burying them.
I'm sorry I brought it up. I'm sorry I brought it up.
No.
Tron has huge bias. It's true.
No, don't say that. Count, don't be sorry. I'm just saying I am personally worried.
Bias.
I'm
just saying I'm personally worried about Square Enix because they've done shady, weird shit.
That's, you know.
But you have nothing to back it up with.
I absolutely do.
The
Hitman, the episode.
Well, Hitman, that doesn't count. That's a good game.
Yes,
there was nothing shady there.
Yes, it is. Last minute, they delay the game and decide to make it epic.
You're trying to make up stuff. Just stop. Just stop.
You're telling me that's not weird? That's not
No, it's
bizarre?
not, because everybody loved it. So what are you going to do?
So just because everybody loved it doesn't mean that the decision wasn't odd or
And
bizarre.
just because everybody didn't like it doesn't mean Battleborn was a bad game.
That's different.
It's the same logic.
And if it were Respawn, it would have been the greatest decision ever.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding, you Gamertron.
All right. Anyway, so you hate Square Enix. Got it. That's what we're going to title this.
For fuck's sakes.
Tron hates.
Why does Tron hate Square Enix? I'm kidding. I'm not going to name that.
Games.
I'm not going to name it that. He doesn't like Japanese. It's true. He doesn't like Nekopara. He doesn't like. He
has a thing against Japanese. Yeah,
it's true.
Fucking weebs.
I'm sorry, I said, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Don't be sorry, man. Well, anyways, do you have any other have they revealed anything about the Avengers game? All I know is that Square Enix Avengers
when you're playing Hawkeye,
games.
you run out of arrows. You have to go to the store and buy. You actually have to go to the in-game currency store and buy more arrows. I guess.
Nice.
You're out. Yeah. It's fucking microtransactions for Hawkeye's arrows.
You gotta
ridiculous. Your arc reactor runs out of power when you're Iron Man. Got to recharge it with microtransactions.
Are we talking about Marvel Heroes right now?
Oh, speaking of Marvel Heroes, they well, never mind. Go ahead, Janser. Go finish.
No, it's y'all. I thought you were going to talk about Resident Evil 7.
Oh yeah.
Resident Evil 7. Yeah, good game. All right, moving on. No, I'm just kidding. I
shipped 2.5 million pre-orders.
I saw that. Yeah, they
What?
shipped
But 7 million
million
people were playing it, the demo.
Yep.
Holy fuck.
Oh yeah.
Well, I pre-ordered it. Yeah, the I was on Twitch when it first started. I was waiting for I had the game preloaded, and then it was like backed up like 20 minutes before the preload would even like load up. But I finally got in the game. But man, everyone on Twitch was streaming it. Soda Poppin', like one of the most popular Twitch streamers. He normally does World of Warcraft. You know, he's got the cam horror girlfriend that got banned and all that shit.
Oh, Jesus.
But no, really, that's true. Legendary Lair or some shit. Anyway, at one point he had like over 40,000 people watching him alone play.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. So yeah, he made a lot of money that night. But yeah, just you want me to talk about my feelings about the game, or you guys didn't play the game?
No, I didn't play it, so I've got.
Yeah, so you are one source for info, so please enlighten us.
And you played like what I think seems to be 40 hours within 2 days. So,
well, they say that you're supposed to complete the game in what
10 hours,
12 to 14 hours. I think they said. Yeah, that's not going to happen in my case. For one thing, I don't play the Resident Evil games. I mean, I know that's a sin. God, how can you be a real gamer? You don't play. You're not familiar.
Is this come from? What?
Well, a long time, but they're popular. It's a popular game franchise.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't like the movies.
It's like not playing Half-Life.
Yeah. Well, but
I get it.
Resident
like
Evil
never
7,
playing Mega Man. Who the fuck doesn't not play Mega Man?
Mm-hmm.
I don't play Mega Man.
Oh my god! Who do I have on the podcast with me? All right, go ahead.
Mega Man. No.
There's actually Rule 34
Sonic.
of that
I've
all
played
over the
Sonic
place,
before.
man. Yeah, and Rule 34 of that all over the place too.
Wait, what? What now?
He said, "Fuck Mega Man." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's out there on the internet."
To count the game. What do you think of it?
Fractals like count. No one likes the movies.
Whoa! Did you just add a filter onto your voice? Because you sounded like a
Megatron.
robot.
Who I did?
You did for a second. Oh, you're back.
You're
now.
good now.
Your regular count. It's
And my screen started buffering.
Jekyll and Hyde instance here.
Don't tell me this is screw up my mic. But anyway, Resident Evil 7, great game. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a thing for a game of the year already.
Oh.
I mean, they're setting the bar. They're setting the bar pretty high. Early 2017.
That's got massive nostalgia.
Yep.
And ridiculous fanboyism.
Yes.
And you don't do a total crap job with it. And you throw in some of that VR stuff and actually do decently with it. Yeah.
I mean, this is a game, tailor-made for VR. It's kind of like, this is kind of giving them, making the VR substantial. Because, the big knock on the PlayStation VR is like, well, they're not going to support it with a game library and all this. But I guess this is selling VR. This game is selling the VR, basically, right now for PlayStation, which it was already selling decently. But I guess they got a new stock in because they had sold out over the holiday and everything. But
I was sold on that one with that whole X-Wing mission.
I know. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, I have a friend at work that has the PS4 VR. He's been playing Resident Evil on it. He said it's like the fucking greatest thing ever. It's like taking the day off work to play it. So,
oh shit!
But I mean, this game just. I mean, this may be my favorite game I've played ever. I mean, I like this game this much. I mean,
jump
I just
around
can't.
from game to game quite a lot.
Yeah,
so that's a pretty strong statement.
I'm serious. I've not been into a game as much as I've been into this game in a while. So, but I'm not very. I mean, it's taken me a long time to figure out the puzzles. But yeah, I mean, I've been stuck for like an hour on some of the puzzles in the game, and I'm sure a better player would figure it out. Might figure it out in 10, 15 minutes. But I highly recommend picking up this game. I mean, from start to finish, the story is awesome. It's just, it doesn't, for one, like you were saying earlier about games not holding your hand, this game doesn't hold your hand at all.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't tell you, there's certain parts in the game where you put a tape in a VCR, you have to find like a tape, put it in the VCR, and you actually get to play the person inside of the video recording to try to figure out like what is like foreshadowing what's going to happen to your actual character in reality, you know, later on in the game. But they throw a lot of twists in there. Like later on, there's like a puzzle where you have to light a birthday cake, and you got to figure out how to get through the water that keeps blowing your candle out to light the birthday cake. Well, there's two versions of it. There's it sounds stupid, but I mean, it's an intricate plot, puzzle that you have to get through. But when you actually play it through on the VCR, which took me a fucking hour to figure it out, I had Watusi in the chat a lot with me, and he was helping me out from time to time. Yeah. But when you figure it out, like when you're playing the character during the video recording, like later on in the game, you actually have to do it in reality. But you have to do it differently to get a different result than what happened to your character in the video recording. I know it's kind of hard to explain, but
no, that makes sense. You're playing something that basically happened, like so you know what's going to happen to your character,
on what to do later on,
but you don't want to do the same thing, right?
Yeah, you actually have to play out the puzzle during the video recording, So
right.
But just from start to finish, man, the fucking creepy ass family that you get to a house. Your wife Mia has been missing for like 3 years. You get a strange videotape from her. So you're going to look for her. They're down in the bayou of Louisiana, which is already creepy enough. And this fucking family, the mutants, the Baker family that you go in the house. Oh my God, dude. They are fucking creepy. And the NPCs in this game are done so well. Like the voice acting and the graphics, like some of the monsters you fight, some of the graphics are just kind of like, they're okay. I mean, they're cool looking, but they don't like blow your socks off. But the actual people in the game, amazing job by Capcom. Yeah.
Cool.
Fucking amazing. Or whatever development team.
No, Capcom is the dev. Capcom is they're developing and publishing it.
But the environment of this game is so fucking creepy. It's just, there's bugs crawling on the wall and bugs crawling on your arms at times. And couple jump scares. I don't get scared at shit like that when I'm playing a video game. This game actually, I had so many times where I was just like, oh shit, and I know it's a good game because my wife sat and watched me play for hours.
Oh, wow.
And she doesn't like video games.
Yeah.
And she gets scared at everything, but she was like, she was like actually enthralled by the game.
Holy shit.
The boss battles are cool. They're frustrating. One or two of the boss battles kind of frustrating, but I'm not done with the game yet. I've only got through the first 3 bosses, but I'm nearing the end of the game. But man, I don't see a game getting much better than this in 2017. I just don't.
Wow.
Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn better bring it.
Yeah,
for me to
play
give
Resident
a shit.
Evil 7. Holy shit!
Oh, you gotta play it, dude. It's an awesome fucking game, man. When I'm into it, man, time just goes. I don't stream for 5-6 hours. I don't do that. I don't live stream for 5.
That's how I was surprised you were streaming it for so much.
Yeah, I live streamed this for like one day, 5-6 hours, and I was like, oh my God, I've been on here 5-6 hours. Mm-hmm. It seemed like an hour. You just lose yourself in this game. So, they're giving it they're already giving it 8.5, 9. This game is worth every penny. Because I was kind of hesitant when I pre-ordered it. I was kind of like, it's just a game because I like Outlast.
Yeah.
I loved Outlast. And I was like, man, maybe this game won't be as good as Outlast even. Do I really want to spend $60 on this game? Man,
what about Amnesia?
I would have paid $100 for this game. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this game. It's
what about
awesome.
Amnesia? Did you play that?
Now, see, I didn't really like that much. It just it doesn't compare to Resident Evil 7, man. This game is slick.
Well, not compare. It's not supposed to, but just in the sense of like it's that same type of game.
Didn't get it. Amnesia just didn't do it for me. I tried it, but I loved Outlast, like I said. But this game gives you like when you're fighting the boss battles, you don't have like a big open room to fight. Like you're close quarters, and the boss can like reach down and snatch you at any time. Some of the like when you're fighting with the chainsaw in the first boss, some of the detection's a little off. You know what I mean? You have to like time everything kind of perfectly. But it's close quarter battle with chainsaw. And there's some some like quick time event shit. A little bit, but other than that, it's pretty fucking awesome game, and the puzzles are pretty tough. I mean, some of the shit you have to figure out in the game.
Yeah, I'm garbage at that stuff.
I am too, and what I do is I backtrack a lot. I probably make the game a lot more tedious, but I'm trying to like get everything in the game. I'm trying to look at every little clue and shit like that. But you really have to be paying attention when you're playing this game. Every little clue could mean something. Maybe an hour down the road or something to save you a little time, but I'm just having a blast playing the games.
Cool.
I'm so glad to hear this, Count. I'm so happy that you're so passionate about a game. Like I have the biggest smile on my face right now. I'm so happy for you, Count, and I'm going to pick up Resident Evil 7 because
I know. Why does he have to do that?
You're happy for me.
I'm so happy for you. When's the marriage?
What the fuck?
Somebody's talking about ammo in the chat.
No, you just have the weirdest like responses to like a video game that we're talking about. It's not. It's just a video game, man. It's not a human being that he's falling in love with.
I can't be happy that
you
Count's
can,
happy.
but you take it so you're like, oh my god. Your reaction is like if somebody was getting married. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah,
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, so happy that you.
Yeah.
I mean, I like video
When's
games
the
anyway.
baby?
I just happen to like this game more than most that I've played.
Yeah,
I've had some disappointments. No Man's Sky. I bought that, wasted $60 basically on that. So I'm just glad I got my money's. I'm getting my money's worth out of this game, and that kind of, re-sparks my faith in the video game industry a little bit.
It only took probably one of the best types of development for a game to do so. Okay,
right. But I think you guys will be really into the game. I could be wrong. It's got a good mix of combat. You have to really like manage your ammo. It doesn't. I mean, it's tough at times. You have to go back and you might have to go back and save your game a few times. Save your game often in this game. Play it.
Okay, now Count. This is going to be a very important question that will determine whether I get RE7, because I need to ask, is there a difficulty selection? Is there an easy difficulty?
Yeah, I guess you have to beat it on the normal. They give you two options at the beginning, and then you have to beat it on the normal to unlock a even harder mode or something like that.
Okay, so there's a difficulty select. All right.
I'm just doing normal. There may be easy and normal, and then once you beat it on normal, they unlock I forget what they call it, hardcore or something. I forget.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to play through it. I mean, it's hard enough as it is for me anyway. There's people speed run the goddamn thing already, but But I'm there to. I mean, I love the jump scares. I played a part over. Like I erased my data and went back to an earlier save just to see a jump scare part again. I mean, that's how cool it was.
Whoa!
It's that that really does trigger my hatred for speedruns in a sense. I don't hate them. I just don't like them. Let's take this game that has an amazing environment and go through it as quickly as we possibly can.
It's got creepy sound effects. It's got creepy.
But let's just run through it. Yeah, because that's what it deserves. Enemies.
Yeah,
it's like having a night with the supermodel, and then you're like 2 strokes and you're done. What the fuck, man?
Can I get through? Yeah,
you didn't even like get her undressed. You just jizzed in your pants.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that I want to like savor every. I don't mind even like. I know I only had a couple people watching my stream, but I know they were probably like, "God, this is tedious."
Well, no, there was. I think it was like late the one night or early, I was up watching Twitch, and I saw people streaming that. It was like number one, of course, that first night.
Oh, yeah.
You had I think 17 people at one time. Maybe they weren't saying anything, but I saw I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
it's got some numbers.
For a very short time. And then they were like, oh, this guy sucks. Yeah, I'm gone. But,
whatever.
He's got a guy on Google helping him, but I was taking suggestions like, what should I do here?
Yeah.
Because, and later on in the game, you have a choice. There's a cure, it's like a virus, a mutation, and you got to develop a cure. And then there's a choice between.
You're a scientist now?
No, you're not. You're not the one that does the cure. You just round up the weird fucking.
Count. Hold it. Is this spoilers for the story?
No, I'm not spoiling any story.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, you play the game, you're going to run across this.
It's an objective.
It's not a spoiler, but
right.
I won't spoil what happens after. But
okay.
You have a choice between which of the girls. There's two girls involved in the story, Zoe and Maya. And you have a choice between who you cure.
But Maya's your wife. Why wouldn't you cure your wife?
Well, your wife goes fucking psycho on you during.
Well, see, I didn't know that you found her. I thought that she just went missing. So I didn't even know that you were going to find her.
You interact with her from the get-go, but she's not what you seem. She's not what you think she is.
So you do find her. Okay.
You do find her at the beginning.
Gotcha.
And then things go fucking off the hook. Things go fucking psycho.
And then,
I mean, the shit gets creepy. So
Zoe,
I won't spoil any of that, but I picked to cure one of them, and I don't know what happens if you cure the other one. So I just want to go through the game again once I'm done, just to see what happens when you cure the other.
Okay, so there's some replayability, there's story moments.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? It's a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
They always have tons of endings. That's how they are.
I don't know if there's going to be a big difference.
Oh my God, GamerTron, you're showing how much you don't know about Resident Evil now.
No, Janzer, I own the Resident Evil games, and
then you should immediately know that that's one of the reasons why people like speedrunning the game is because there's multiple endings.
Oh, you're thinking of Silent Hill. That's not
no,
Resident Evil.
I'm thinking
Silent
of
Hill
Resident Evil.
Ending.
No, I'm thinking of Resident Evil because it's a goddamn truth. Wow, you don't know the series.
No, I own the games.
Holy shit!
I played the games. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anybody in chat can back me up. Just search on Google. Oh, wow! Exposed the truth.
Well, I've played Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6, and they didn't have multiple endings. So are we talking about the very first Resident Evil?
Well, there's usually various things that you can do along the gameplay that has a different effect. That's always how the Resident Evil games have been.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm guessing that's for the first free games because
I've seen the later games too. Yeah, I know how they are.
Now I've only seen two things in the game that you can apply. You can decide your decision on what happens, and one of them, if you don't do it right, you can't continue in the game.
Oh.
You'll keep failing the mission. So one of them you have to figure out on your own. The other one, you have a choice. So I'm not saying there's a lot of that in the game, but there is some of that in the game, and I don't know how.
Well, this is only the demo, right? Isn't it, or is it the full game?
The full game.
Oh, okay. Because I saw the demo for free for a while there, so I was like, I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah, I played the demo, and I was like, oh, this is creepy. This is cool, but it doesn't match. I mean, the full game is fucking. It's incredible. I love the game, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't know making a different choice actually changes the ending. I don't think that's the case at all. So
cool.
Still, though, there's that story moment that you even said you want to replay just to see what happens if you...
Exactly. I wasn't expecting to have to make a choice there. I was like, oh boy, what do I do? It's like, I didn't want to spoil it, and look it up online or some shit. But
okay. Well, again, this is awesome, Count. This is awesome. I'm gonna. You have convinced me to pick up Resident Evil 7. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. I mean, if you like that kind of game, if you didn't
I did like Outlast. I liked Outlast.
Now this is like Outlast times 10 to me. My opinion.
Well,
so.
Who developed Outlast? Isn't it a smaller developer?
Red Barrel.
Much
They're
smaller.
an indie dev.
Right. So for that, it's amazing. So
Outlast
Capcom should have made a much better game. Basically,
Outlast is a great game, dude. I love it. I didn't like the ending though. The last.
I don't know anything about it.
The last chapter of the story, I didn't care for. I wish they would have made different choice on because it kind of like totally did a 180.
Everything that I've seen about the game has always just been people running around in like in a mental asylum, and that's about it.
The part in Outlast when you're in the mental asylum is classic. I love that. I love that shit.
And that's all I really know. Yeah.
Yep. After that, I didn't care for it so much, but anyway.
So yeah.
So far, I mean, if like I said, Horizon Zero Dawn better bring it. It better be awesome to compare.
It's a totally different game. It's kind of
oh, I know, but still, I meant to keep me wanting to play it.
Yeah.
More than 10 hours or whatever.
Did you pre-order it or what? Oh yeah, you said you got the day off and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, I've pre-ordered that.
Okay.
But on console.
Cool.
Anyway,
Awesome.
that's me rambling about Resident Evil 7.
Cool. No, it's good to hear.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I assumed it was going to be good, and it was.
But you might not like it. I mean, you may go, "Oh God, that account's full of shit, man."
Wait, who's you?
This is crap.
Anyone, I suppose. No, not me, because you're not listening to anything I've been saying. Then I've said from day one when we talked about it that I was going to. I was like,
the game. I'm not sure if GamerTron would like the game that much, but I know you would like the game.
Yeah. The only thing I heard GamerTron say was that it's not very Resident Evil. That's the only thing that I remember him saying before.
I could care less.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just I don't get why they called it Resident Evil, because they could have easily called it something else.
Sell the game,
build on the brand.
Yeah. Of course, they're gonna. Now the new Resident Evil movie, I've heard terrible things about.
There you go.
Nobody
There you go.
cares.
What?
Nobody cares.
It's actually a point I have here. Resident Evil: The Final Chapter. It came out yesterday. Yeah. Well, dude, apparently you don't realize that franchise is the highest grossing movie, video game franchise out there. Movie. They're about to hit a billion. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
That trash?
Hey,
really?
Look, it's trash, but it's the only for people that love I really like Resident Evil. I've seen 3 of the movies. I haven't seen the other 4. I mean, the other 2.
I liked one of the movies. Okay, they've got it on. I think they've got it on Netflix right now.
It's just a chance to see on there. Something that wasn't made by UA Bowl, so totally destroyed. And actually, the problem sometimes with the movies is that because they try to stick to the story, they become disjointed because they weren't written well for as a movie, and that's the problem with them. It's like, wait, why did that happen? Well, you got to know about the game. That's the reason why. So if you don't know what happened in the game, you don't know why it happened. So you shouldn't be watching this movie. Is really what it comes down to sometimes. But some of the other ones, the last one I saw was when they were in a desert, and then they went on on a ship at the very, very end when there was clones of her and all that stuff. But
what?
So yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a whole thing. But yeah, they're gonna hit $1 billion in profits. Probably after this movie is finished, accruing on all its hundreds of millions.
I'm so confused why people go out to see those movies. With a Michael Bay movie, you can go, there's going to be explosions, there's going to be flashy special effects. With Paul W. Anderson, he's
getting ripped for.
Hey, he's a smart dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the movies are successful. He's got a hot banging wife. So, I mean, what do you want, dude? He's living a good life.
I want good movies, damn it.
Well, he doesn't have to make them.
It's not on his priority list.
It's not what's made him successful. And I wish that wasn't the case, but it's the truth.
His wife?
What? Are you kidding me? Mila Jovovich. That's why he keeps putting her.
That is his wife.
Well, that's why he keeps putting her in the movies.
Oh, okay.
Keep her in film. That's great. She never ages. It's perfect.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I saw her in a movie once that wasn't directed by her husband. I forget what it was, and it was actually pretty good. I forget the name of the movie, but
called The Crusade or something like that, where she plays Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc, yeah, I remember that one.
That's a really fucking good movie.
She played as
What about the one with Bruce Willis? She was in.
It was in one with
a long time ago, back in the 90s.
Sixth Element.
The iconic movie. The
Sixth Element.
You guys sometimes
the fifth.
I thought I was doing a cast with nerds.
It's fifth. It's Fifth
the
Element?
Fifth Element.
Yeah, the Fifth
I'm
Element.
gonna kill myself.
I was calling it.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, but who directed that?
Oh my god. Oh, Luc Besson, of course. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We talked about this in another podcast too, but yeah, the fucking once again iconic director.
That movie. I hated that movie.
That's okay. Doesn't matter what you say.
I know. I'm just saying. I didn't care for that movie, and everyone loved it. And
because it's fucking weird, and it visually. Here's one thing. Yeah. Visually, it was astounding. Whether you cared about like what you
no
couldn't,
doubt. Especially from back in the 90s. Yeah.
Oh man, it was it blew people's minds.
Yep.
I mean that haircut on Gary Oldman.
Oh yeah, and Gary Oldman playing. Yeah,
Gary Oldman was in it. Yep.
He's just ridiculous. Yeah, he's the main bad guy.
Don't like Bruce Willis, man.
Bruce Willis, man. Yeah,
man.
Bruce Willis. Oh no.
Come up to the roof.
I turned him into
a couple laughs, mother clucker.
Yeah,
whatever.
I almost turned him into Keanu there. And whoa, Bruce Willis, man. Sorry,
Keanu Willis.
John Wick 2. John Wick 2 coming out.
I haven't seen it yet. I
haven't seen it either.
They killed his dog. So.
I still need to see the original.
Oh, dude, you need to see John Wick.
I know. It was the movie that I kept asking in B3. I was like, "What's that movie that I said I have to go watch? I was like, nobody was like, I don't know. We don't listen to you.
I know Kung Fu.
Yeah,
what was that?
It's not like that.
I learned Kung
It's totally.
Fu
That's exactly what it sounds like.
What, John Wick or The Matrix?
Kung Fu.
That's The Matrix. That ain't John Wick.
That's pretty much how he sounds. It's exactly.
Oh, in that movie, not in John Wick. Like John.
I like how you're trying to make sense out of our stupidity.
You know what my favorite Keanu Reeves movie is?
The one where he's a baseball coach.
Hardball.
I knew it. I already called it. I called it.
Yeah.
Fucking called it.
I love that movie.
Where he's like a drunk baseball coach for kids.
He's gambling away tickets. He's a ticket scalper, and he gets in gambling problems.
You know why you like it? Because it shows him for who it really is. That's why you like it.
I love that movie, but his like high budget movies. I like Bill and Ted. I like those movies as well.
Excellent.
Wasn't there a Bill and Ted movie where they like?
There's a cartoon, dude.
Shit?
Yeah, that's what they do. They have Rufus. that's George Carlin. Yeah.
Oh man. Gamertron is showing he knows nothing about nerd culture in general. Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, he never claimed he was. I mean, he kind of never claimed he was.
That's true. But I mean, even games. I'm sorry.
Haughty guys from Quebec,
Quebec.
Think they're better.
He has friends from Quebec.
They think they're better than everybody else.
Speaking of games, wow, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, let's not do that. Speaking of games and films, there was a real quick snippet I saw with Hideo Kojima saying that that's pretty much the direction that he wants to go, and he thinks entertainment's going to. Now, everybody always has their idea of like how entertainment's going to like evolve. But
right.
He's definitely doing that with his games. He's always been about like story and some gameplay and stuff like that. So even if the story is insane, which it always is with him. So, but yeah, there was something out with him saying like they're going to merge together. That's why he's working with actors and stuff like that. And he mentioned Quantum Break. As being one of those games that has a lot of like story to it with some gameplay as well. So it's like, yeah, because not everybody, it's a bigger market. The gamers out there there's so many more types of gamers out there, and there's one of those things of contention like Firewalk, for example. People or Firewatch. I'm sorry, I said Firewalk. Yes. Firewatch. People. Complained about it being kind of like a walking simulator, and
fuck off with that. People who
Gone
said
Home
that,
or not Gone Home, but oh my god damn it! There's one where you go home and all your family's missing.
No, Gone Home. That's it.
Gone Home. Is that the one where all your and you kind of have to piece together by looking through everything into a house? Yeah, there was a number of those games that came out, I believe, in 2015. And or early 2016, but I think it was 2015.
Yeah, both years.
Where people started saying, "Oh, it's a walking simulator," and I was like, "Yeah, that's not always bad. That's not always bad if it's developing a story."
I need to say something quick about that. People who call games walking simulators and write them off as walking simulators have no fucking clue what they're talking about. I've played Gone Home, I've played Firewatch, and they're not. When you say walking simulator, you're making the assumption that the whole game's nothing but walking, but that's not the farthest thing from the truth, because both games have your typical gameplay elements. They're video games. They're just different kinds of video games. They're story-based adventure games.
Like The Long Dark.
Yeah.
There's something. The thing. Yeah. The Long Dark would be a walking simulator. If you get in a plane crash in northern Canada, you're going to be walking a lot.
Right. But there's gameplay mechanics in there. Yeah, it's like survival mechanics. But there's another thing that It's a word that I use quite often. It's called experiential. You know, these are experiential games because it's about the experience and the choices that you make. Yes, they matter, and that's what you're doing. Most games are a mix between mechanics and story. You know, it's about the experience as well. Now, some games, Street Fighter, maybe it's not so much about the story, but there are people that are really actually into the story for fighting games. They know all the stuff. Well, that means if you look at this over here, well, what about this movie? They piece together all that shit to see who's the most powerful, you know. But maybe because Gone Home didn't have 360 no scoping, you know, hey, bro, it's not a real video game, you know. Sorry, go back to your fucking Call of Duty shit. Yeah.
What happened to puzzle games? Like, people writing off... Because both Firewatch and Gone Home have puzzles.
Yeah.
So, like, why are they all of a sudden... Why is this new genre being formed? This walking simulator that people are inventing? I don't get. Like, it's a first-person story-based adventure game with some puzzle elements, like heavy story focus. Like, Gone Home, Firewatch, the Stanley Parable, they didn't invent this genre.
Yeah, games Life is Strange is like that. It's it's pretty much all about the choices you make. The game mechanics are specifically about the choices you make, but games are about choices you make. Chess is about the choices you make, you know? So, yeah, even Doom, it's about choices you make. Do I shoot that bad guy or that bad guy? Demon. Sorry, I said bad guy. They're demons.
Same thing.
No, they're not.
They're evil pieces of shit.
Yeah. But, yeah, I thought that was interesting, but also who cares? It's people just put it up in an article because it's Kojima. So
yes, of course.
Yeah.
Any word on? Because I haven't heard anything. Any word if Death Stranding is coming to PC or anything? Because I've heard rumors, but nothing confirming. Damn.
I don't know.
What is it?
Death Stranding.
Oh, I've not even heard of it.
Oh my! Shut up. Fuck? We talked about it during our B3 E3 cast. We talked about it during our B3 E3 cast, which, by the way, was not our number one most downloaded podcast. So, do you guys want to run a contest?
Ooh.
I know which one it is.
Do you? Well, because you could see stats, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
There's the thing. I kind of want to see. Well, I don't know. I don't even know if there's very many people. Yeah, no, but I don't think there's very many people like on right now on Twitch. But what do you guys think?
Oh, that's the game with Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I remember now. Okay, the name didn't stick with me. Okay, I'm sorry.
There we go. No problemo.
What do you think our most popular download podcast is? Yeah.
Call of Duty cast.
Going by titles, I'm going to guess the most outrageous title we have.
Going by titles.
You would be wrong.
It's kind of hard because we've done, this is number 40, you know?
Yeah, holy crap.
So I don't even remember the names of the titles. I was like going through them, I was like, oh shit.
I remember a few. I mean.
Yeah.
Remember the Humongous?
Oh yeah,
that was funny. Harambe is humongous.
Yeah. Oh, shut up.
Do you remember Microsoft is coming for your babies?
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
Okay,
I liked Hulkback Mountain. That was that was
so,
one of my friends.
I would have assumed.
Yeah.
I would have assumed it would have been our Pokemon episode because we got a lot of downloads.
That's what I thought right off the bat. The Pokemon Go. It's not.
Oh,
not even close.
What is it?
It's episode 11.
11.
Lie, cheat,
and steal. Yep.
And I looked through it, and there's nothing specifically special about what we're talking about in there. But
we talked about the Valve. The shit going on with like the Valve gambling,
the G2A
scandals.
Stuff, Titanfall 2,
yeah.
Technomancers, Netflix dishonesty thing.
Lie, cheat, and steal, man.
So it's for some reason
people like to hear about people lying, cheating, and stealing.
They were looking for the truth about YouTube drama. That's what they were doing.
Oh boy, have I got some juicy YouTube dramas.
Yeah, you said you wanted to go ahead, so go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and let's put that in there.
Okay. So guys, you know the YouTuber JonTron.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, good.
I can't remember. Is he his own entity or is he part of like a crew?
He's part of a crew called Normal Boots. They're a bunch of like big gaming YouTubers that he and another YouTuber, Peanut Butter Gamer, started up.
Yep.
Wasn't JonTron part of a duo though?
A duo.
Wasn't he
Yeah, I
part
think
of, like,
originally he was with Peanut Butter Gamer.
Game Grumps. He was part of Game Grumps.
Game Grumps,
That's
there
what
you
I'm
go.
thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and then they switched one of the guys out for like that other guy that sings in a band, like a silly band.
Yeah,
right?
you got the idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Another guy, Jesse Cox.
Oh yeah, Jesse Cox been on
Yeah,
the
is she hot?
but an Eagle Raptor, the other
it's
Game
a guy.
Grump.
What?
Anyways,
a name like Jesse Coxon, what a waste. Oh well, go ahead.
I used to date a girl named Sharon Cox.
She's Sharon Cox.
Lucky dog.
That was a long time ago. That was 25 years ago. So.
All right, let's not get kind of in trouble.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, okay, so
Sharon Cox.
So JonTron has been getting a lot of drama and shit recently.
Yes.
Because for the most ridiculous reason, he showed up to a live stream on the YouTuber live stream for the YouTuber Sargon of Akkad. Have you guys heard of Sargon? Of
Yeah,
Akkad?
he's one of those people
Twitter.
that
He's
Count likes him.
He's an anti-SJW guy. He's a
Count guy.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. He's like my least. He's kind of like Bearing or Undoomed. He's kind of like he's a little more popular.
He's in that realm of that kind of. I'm going to shit on stuff, and I'm British. I'm British, and I'm going to shit. Oh, big fucking whoop! Like there's a little bit. That's not what the British do.
Yeah, he's a little bit more popular than.
Well, yeah. So what happened is. Sargon of Akkad was doing a live stream talking about how he got banned from Twitter, and partway through the live stream, JonTron messaged him and asked if they can join, and JonTron joined the live stream, and for 5 hours straight, Sargon and JonTron, well, they talked about politics, they talked about life, and from what I understand, they had a good old time. But then JonTron's followers found out that he was on a live stream with Sargon of Akkad, and before you know it, his Twitter feed and his YouTube comments have been filled to the brim with fans saying they're unsubscribing and calling him a Nazi. Not because of what he actually said, granted, not because of his political opinion. They're calling him a Nazi just because he talked to Sargon of Akkad.
Well, yeah, because his viewers are mostly millennials. His viewers are the younger. He's got a younger YouTube.
You're going to have to clarify this stuff for me because I am not in the loop. Whose viewers are millennials?
JonTron's.
Okay. So, but why would they say he's a Nazi? That means that Sargon of Akkad is somehow being associated with Nazism?
Yeah, but he's not. Here's the thing. Sargon of Akkad, like, he's anti-Hillary, anti-regressive left. That's
I don't know what regressive left means, but anti-Hillary, anti-SJW or what?
Yeah, the liberals have a new saying. The liberals have a new label for these kind of guys. It's called the alt-right. And it's a bunch of bullshit. It's people that, like, Sargon of Akkad is a guy, he's anti-SJW. He's more on the conservative side. He's not, but he's socially liberal, but he's more on the conservative side. He doesn't like the whining and the complaining and the safe space shit.
I don't think you have to be on any side to not like whining.
Yeah, he's an atheist. He's one of those guys. He's basically everything that Steve Shives besides the atheist thing. Like he's somebody Steve Shives wouldn't like. Like he's anti-feminist. He's anti-feminist.
Okay.
Shit like that. Anti-SJW. A lot of JonTron subscribers.
It sounds like he's anti-change or progression.
Yeah, but I mean, there you go.
That's what conservative would be.
One person calls it progressive, other call
change or progression often happens and makes other people uncomfortable.
All right, we're going off topic a bit here.
Well, I'm trying to get an idea of, like, how does that make him a Nazi though? I don't understand.
Yeah, this is the regressive left.
Is he literally saying kill all minorities that are not like pure-blooded Aryan race?
It's the same thing that they said about Donald Trump's inauguration speech. It sounded like Hitler. How did it fucking sound like Hitler?
He had that good of an... I need to go listen to it.
Yeah, give me one fucking... give me one logical explanation of why Donald Trump's inauguration speech sounded like Hitler.
See, what that says to me is that apparently he's a great speaker, and that's not what I know about Donald Trump. He's a fucking idiot. He's like a big dumb baby up there. Shut the fuck up, you dumb fuck.
They're giving him more credit than he deserves.
Dude,
exactly.
If he's Hitler, Jesus Christ, we're in for a good time in the United States for a few years because do you see what they did for a while there? They actually got some shit done.
Yeah, until gas chambers.
Until that, I'm going to die, clearly. I'm going to be rounded up. That's no question, but you guys would be fine. So, anyways,
JonTron, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, just by association, just because they agree,
you lie with dogs and you get
their
fleas.
Political. Yeah, it's typical millennial outrage, victim over everything, you know.
And that's the problem with bringing any kind of that stuff into the world of what you're not, which JonTron is gaming, we're gaming. That's why I try to keep us from. I mean, you've had your thing in the past, Count, and I just let you go because I'm like, apparently there's a bug up your ass. Or am I going to like try to correct you on stream?
No, I don't let you do it.
But at the same time, I don't want that shit to be what I'm about gaming. This is what I'm about. I don't want people showing up and just like, well, fuck like the Christians or Catholics. Yeah, get your own podcast for that shit. You know, that's not.
No, I agree with you 100%.
But when it comes into the world of gaming, of course we're going to fucking talk about it. Like the Marvel thing.
JonTron's a popular.
Gaming
I mean,
YouTuber.
He does retro gaming. He's a retro gamer.
Well, like the comics too, about like Gamertron really wants to talk about SJWs taking over comics, and I'm like,
yes, I want to talk about that with you, Count. I did some more research, but
because we cover this stuff, so.
Going back to JonTron a bit, though, here's the thing, though, Janzer, that's really weird. Like you said, don't bring the politics into what you're doing, which is gaming. JonTron
but it's YouTube stuff and it's gaming, so...
but JonTron didn't bring the politics in. He just went on a live stream and started chatting it up with another YouTuber. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't JonTron's live stream, it was Sargon's live stream.
Right.
So what's the end point to this?
The end point is that... So his friend and partner, Peanut Butter Gamer... has also gotten into a beef with JonTron, and apparently, based on their beef on Twitter, they're no longer friends, and they may be shutting down Normal Boots and canceling their partnership because Peanut Butter Gamer doesn't like JonTron's political opinions.
Aww,
I get that.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, if they're partners and they don't know how to work that stuff out, then I understand.
Yeah, but they don't talk about politics on their YouTube channels.
But they have to work together as like business partners. Is really what at that level they're talking about being a business partner. So if one business partner doesn't want to deal with the other one, they can totally break up. No one's going to cry about it. And if they do, fucking follow the people you like.
Okay, but this is one thing I disagree with you on, Janzer. Why would you break up a successful business partner because people disagree on politics? Now, if they had a political
because
YouTube
it's a
channel,
cooperative business and they have the option to do so if they want,
I would totally agree. But they have a video game YouTube channel, which has nothing to do really with politics.
It doesn't matter what the content is. You're missing the point of what I'm saying. Because it's a cooperative business partnership, and if they want to break it up, they can.
Oh, of course they can. They can do anything they want.
And at the end of the day, that has no effect over us. I don't give a shit.
Oh, I know it doesn't, but I'm just saying, why would you do... This is the problem with people nowadays. This is the problem with this younger generation. If someone disagrees with you, they're evil.
Yeah.
And that's not reality. You can disagree. Like, you and I don't have the same politics. That doesn't mean we can't do a podcast about video games together. You know what I mean?
Right. So, but that's still their choice. See, what you're almost saying is, or what it almost sounds like is it gets to this other part of like, you should just deal with it because you should. But people don't have to.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying they should. Right. I'm just saying.
And that's why I'm saying it's just their choice. So who gives a shit?
Yeah, in my opinion,
it may be dumb,
ridiculous.
Yeah, because they're losing out on the business there. But because it's a cooperative business partnership, they have the option to do whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
So, and the fans, who gives I mean, the fans are not the ones losing out. It's these two individuals that are taking all of the fans' money that are losing out. So they're the ones that are, they can't work that out. They can't work that out. So what? So then the fans go and they split and they have basically built up their... Like, it's almost good for them, They have their followers that are very much more separated now, So now you have a really strong core following that's going to support this one or the other. Now, people saying that this guy is being, or like Raxel saying he's being a jackass, what does it affect you?
Yeah, it's not, but he's not saying it's affecting it. He's just making a comment.
But, in order to say that person's being a jackass, that almost sounds like, well, this guy went and put him on blast and is shutting down that guy's like livelihood. No, he's not. It's his personal choice to make that, separation if they want to. It happens all the fucking time. That's why mommies and daddies don't always stay together.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm tired of people's feelings coming first over.
Well, me too. And this all sounds like a bunch of
feelings.
feelings bullshit. Well, the fans are the same way.
Facts is gotta go. This is why Donald Trump is president, because no one cares about your feelings. It's facts over feelings.
No, he's president because people don't want to have to deal with everything that's been going on, and they're outraged, and he's that source of outrage. He's just that much different, you know.
They weren't. All I can say is they weren't very good friends. If he would let something like this come between their business
probably not.
They probably were going to break it off over something else anyway.
Yeah, and in the world of business, people that can't trust each other, you are absolutely going to get fucked by the other person. If it wasn't over something like this, you know, then it's going to be over a decision they make later on down the line. So to me, people, you're saying you don't care about people's feelings, you know, but you're talking about the two individuals. I'm talking about everybody. Like, what the fuck? I don't care what the fans feel.
Oh, I don't care.
Who cares? It's these two business entities' choice to make that separation. I don't give a shit if somebody says, well, that's really dumb. He's being why is he being a jackass? Because he doesn't want to work with somebody he doesn't want to work with? You know, maybe it's a bad business decision.
It's the reason behind why he doesn't want to work with the guy is what I am.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not criticizing his right to do it. I'm criticizing that the reason, in my opinion, is freaking ridiculous. That's like GamerTron saying he doesn't want to do our podcast anymore because I had a pro-Trump tweet. I would
be perfectly fine with that.
Oh
but God. I mean, that's his choice.
Of course,
I'm not going to hold anybody to like, oh, you're being an asshole because you don't like what I said.
Though. Yeah,
you can, but that's the whole thing about like these guys are doing their own thing. So if they want to make that split or they can't make any resolution to whatever's going on, like if one of y'all got onto a podcast with somebody else and you were talking about something that was violently like, you know, like, oh, you guys are making real, you know, jokes about like abusing women and like it was just going on and on. I'm probably not going to want to do shit with you later on, but I'm going to talk to you about it.
Yeah,
I'm going to talk to you about it. That's a choice.
Yeah,
you know,
but that isn't what they were talking about.
Yeah,
it's just disagreement on ideologies.
Yeah, this guy doesn't really like the other guy. That's all it is. That peanut butter guy, or he doesn't want to be associated with them. There's that with business too.
Yeah, they've been associated together for like a decade on YouTube. So
I'm saying what I'm saying is this peanut butter guy
gamer
doesn't want to be associated with Sargon of Akkad. And that's a legitimate reason to say, look, if you can't if you want to do that stuff, it affects the view of me as well and the business. It puts us in some kind of like, oh, well, especially with YouTube, that's all social. That's a social business. So every interaction you have, it's almost like being a politician. Every interaction you have, of course you're going to be judged. So if they start talking about like, talking to like amazing atheist or whatever, the same thing's going to happen. Or if they talk to an extreme other side, whatever they are, you guys seem to know all this stuff, you know, people are going to still draw the same views. Oh, Peanut Butter Gaming just talked to like a pro-Trump supporter and he's on their podcast. Maybe he was debating them, but it doesn't matter. People, you know, it's like putting out the wrong title of a news article and smearing somebody. They pull a retraction later on. Doesn't matter. The damage is still done. So,
I just don't understand why people can't have a business arrangement together that has nothing to do with politics if they have different political agendas. I wouldn't care if you were. I wouldn't care.
It affects more than just their personal relationship.
Janzer, I wouldn't care if you were a freaking. I mean, I'm an atheist. I wouldn't care if you were a devout Christian. We can get together and talk. We can get together and talk video games. I don't care.
Right.
That's not going to affect the video game. I wouldn't do a religious podcast with you. Sure.
Right.
So why doesn't Peanut Butter Gamer? They don't do a political podcast together. So
I don't know, and I don't care. And we've spent so much time talking about this. Like, that guy is not giving me any money. Neither of these guys are bringing me viewers.
You don't care, but I mean, there's a lot of people that do care about stuff like that. I mean, it's just outrageous that someone would break that off for that reason.
They're not my audience, though.
It's not realistic. It's just not realistic.
Yeah, they're not my audience. It's like I'm not about like outrage culture or SJWs. I'm not about like talking about religion or politics. I don't give a fuck. I want to talk about games.
But JonTron doesn't talk about that on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, you're still talking about that topic, but I'm saying I don't It's not even something I care about. It's interesting-ish, kind of, but it's more YouTube bullshit drama. It doesn't even have anything to do with gaming.
Well, it involves gaming YouTubers, so I thought I brought it up. But yeah, this went on way longer than I expected. It was glorious. I got some glorious mileage out of this topic.
Yeah.
So I got some other...
As Rakshal said, Tron has been surprisingly silent, considering he brought it up.
Yes, all this delicious salt.
I ain't got no salt here. No, counts
as salt.
It really
I
doesn't.
shake my head when I hear ridiculous shit like this. I mean,
I'm more of the... I'm so indifferent, and I can look at it from an outsider's perspective because I have no vested anything in either side there, and so I'm looking at. I can
still be passionate about something that I don't have a vested interest in.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, so
right.
This has just been excellent podcast material.
The SJW shit is a hot topic with me.
It is good podcast material for a podcast that I don't want.
Exactly,
it's true.
That's right. I didn't bring it up.
So I didn't
bring it up.
Yeah, I thought it had something to do with gaming, but
well,
it
involved gaming YouTubers.
It does.
So
you made Count happy, so that's good.
There we go. Exactly.
I wouldn't care about it, but I had to put my. I know a little something about it. I had to put.
You guys know. You guys usually know about like the fourth wall feminists or whatever is going on there.
Fourth wall,
third,
the Deadpool feminist.
The third strike. Feminist waves.
Okay. All right. So in more video game focused news, do you guys have anything, or can I? Okay.
But you can.
No, please. If you have something, let's go back.
You were going, Gamertron. Just go. Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, Titanfall 2 in both February and March is having some pretty big updates. And what's that? Oh fucking no! You play the game, Count. What's the no about?
I just thought you'd have some kind of fanboy thing about it. Go ahead.
Not this time.
Go ahead, man.
Oh my god. Oh man. So anyway, what's upcoming to Titanfall 2? In February, they're going to be releasing the new game mode, which I already talked about, but I finally have the fucking name of the thing, Livefire. The thing is called Livefire.
Nice.
It's going to be launching in February with 2 unique maps for the game mode. But on top of that, the Respawn also revealed...
Defense.
Not yet. That's
no,
coming
the
later.
day that happens, I already read about it. The day that happens, it's going to be topic number 1 on my list. Trust me.
But what is coming though in both March and February is besides the new game mode, they also finally announced that there's going to be a new map, another remaster of a Titanfall 1 map, Colony. They're bringing back Colony into Titanfall 2. They already have a couple screenshots on their website. It looks gorgeous with the new high-resolution textures and new lighting. Gonna be a ton of fun, especially with Titanfall 2's new movement mechanics, moving between those buildings and that sniper tower in the middle. Oh boy, gonna have some good times on that. But
is it gonna bring in 25 million players?
25. That's a pretty damn big number. I don't know.
I'm sorry. That's Overwatch. I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, fucking Overwatch. We can get into that later.
Greatest game ever.
Oh, Count, you're the best. Okay, so besides the new map Colony, Respawn also finally announced the 2 new Prime Titans that are coming with the next update. North Star Prime and Ronin Prime. So, new Prime Titans coming. New cosmetics, meaning
how about new Titans, not just new Prime Titans?
It's not Warframe.
How about new Titans?
I don't know, Count. I understand the appeal of new Titans, but that would.
How about having your own operator's voice like in Titanfall 1? You know what? Titanfall 1 is a far superior game than Titanfall 2. It just
you haven't played Titanfall 2.
I haven't, but I've seen that it's just much more polished and looks like a console game.
What?
Yeah.
It does. A console game can be lesser polished than a PC game?
No, I said it's much more polished and looks like a console game.
Wait a second,
Titanfall 1 is it's got its own feel to it, yeah.
Yes, because you played it, so you know the feel.
Test.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
I said all this during the tech test and you shot me down.
What? No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I said it definitely feels.
Gamertron both. Gamertron a little harder because
Gamertron did. So of course he's going to say that. Yeah, I did. Bullshit. No, I said it definitely looks like they've made it. No, I've always said that they've definitely made it too polished.
I stand corrected.
I absolutely said that it feels too polished to me. And Gamertron was like, "What?
Yeah, that doesn't.
I was like, yeah, it's
How
missing.
Can something be too polished?
It looks too slick. I've used that so many times. The user interface, everything about the mechanics, all of that. There's something missing from the gritty feel of. I didn't know how to word it then either. There's something about Titanfall 1 where it feels like more proper for getting into a mech, and I don't know. I don't have the right words for that. But it's a different feel. It's like watching one movie with a certain budget and then watching the next movie.
They slicked the game up a lot. But, I mean, your 1060 is hungry for Titanfall 2, man.
Well, it's like an anime. Like an anime series that is put out. It has a certain very small budget, and it's done a certain way, but it's done pretty well that people watch it and want more. So when season 2 rolls around, next thing you know, you have more colors than you ever had before. Oh, look, the artwork got just so much better. Oh, there's 3 animation now? Yeah. Exactly. They have a budget. And that's what happened with Titanfall 2, and I kind of don't like it. Yeah. But that's okay. That's just personal opinion.
Yeah, that I get that. I get that. I'm not arguing.
That's why I'm not saying. Why do you think I didn't pre-order it? And why do you think I have said since day one I'm not interested in it until there's Frontier Defense? Yeah, It's okay for me to not like it. I still love the shit out of Titanfall. In fact, I'd love if the B3 community would install a goddamn game, which I still have installed on my hard drive, and play it with me one night.
I'm buying a new hard drive in a month or two. So I'll be able to reinstall it. I just need room. I will gladly reinstall.
Rackshaw says
keeps your games.
Rackshaw says the colors are very beige in Titanfall 1. Titanfall 2 is very colorful. Right, because we need all those colors, right? That's what mechs are. They're supposed to be painted
flares.
pink.
There's more
pink
J.J.
mechs.
Abrams shit.
We need a pink mech and a bright green. Yeah, get out of here. It's about the combat.
What he means is
it's about the feel of being in the mech.
There's more reflective surfaces. There's more lens flare in Titanfall 2.
It's slick. They gave it to Michael Bay.
I'm telling you, Titanfall 2 is a superior game to Titanfall 1, in my opinion. I played them both.
So you've actually played it. Yeah.
It is. I
disagree because you have some of the basic things that were in part 1 that aren't there. Like, why not let us keep the same operator voices and choose our own? Makes no sense.
You have a valid point.
Because they're making the individual Titans like individual
I know the reason, and I don't care. Because in multiplayer, it doesn't matter in multiplayer. They should say, okay, you want to play the character Titan? Great. But you can also fuck with it, You can also modify it. Why not?
Like Overwatch?
I don't know anything about I'm talking about like Titanfall 1, so I guess Titanfall 1 is like Overwatch? Sure.
No, Titanfall 2. Never mind. Anyways.
You're confusing the fuck out of me. That's all I can.
The original Titanfall, you can modify quite a lot in your Titan. That's all. And Titanfall 2, you can't change it. You can change the weapons out.
He's talking about it's more of a customizing loadout.
Well, you can put like pinup girls on there. I forgot about that.
Yes, you can. Oh boy, yeah.
And you get more colors, as Rackshaw said. So you get like bright orange that you can put on your Titan. That's important.
What they did with Titanfall 1 to 2. With Titanfall 1, you had Titan loadouts where you could you could pick and choose your weapon.
They streamlined it a little.
Yeah. With this, they made it like
less customizable, more like a console game.
Well, that's not really a console game thing. True. That's more of a MOBA thing. They did more of a MOBA thing, not a console thing. They made
so they did two things that I love the most, and.
But here's the thing about the Titans. Like they added more visual customization, and they made each Titan feel genuinely unique. And they still feel like mechs, but they feel like very different types of mechs. When you play Ronin or Scorch or stuff like that, they still have the mech feel, but they have different mech feels. With Titanfall 1, the mechs, like, you have the different speeds.
It was very visceral. That's the word that I was looking for. It's very when you're in a mech in Titanfall, there's nothing. I have to play part 2. But from what I've seen, it doesn't look like it has that same, maybe something audio cues, visual cues.
You're in a different mech in Titanfall 2. Like
you do.
A lot of the Titans feel the same in Titanfall 1.
It's like getting into a tank during World War I, like with the early tanks, versus getting into a modern tank or something, Mm-hmm. So maybe I'm just being a Titanfall hipster, okay?
You might be.
Oh my god, I want that on a t-shirt. I am a Titanfall hipster. I want that on a t-shirt.
Ogre for life, bitch.
In reality, there's not that big a difference in the game. I mean, you can nitpick the little things, but it's not that.
But that's all we have to like make
comparisons
but
about.
The only thing that
exactly.
we can really compare. So
Yeah.
And that's how gamers are.
There you go. Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Well, anyways, back to the Titanfall 2
Livefire
update. So,
DLC.
Next to the new Prime Titans that are also coming with the upcoming update, the new game mode and the new map, there's also going to be new cosmetics, so new colors for your Titans, pilots, and weapons. There's going to be another new weapon, which they haven't revealed yet, but a new free multiplayer weapon is coming. There's also going to be they've detailed something else, some new changeable cosmetic thing. Not sure what it is. It may be your Titan OS voices, who knows? But there's going to be a new execution. There's going to be a new pilot execution. You know, those third-person melee takedowns. They're bringing in a new one of those and just more stuff, which they haven't revealed yet. But yeah, the next upcoming patch for Titanfall 2 got a lot of shit. Got a lot of shit going.
I don't like the pilot versus
That's
pilot,
free.
though.
Yeah, it's all free. All the stuff I just said is all free. There you go.
But, I mean, I'm not... Like, pilot versus pilot, I don't care about that.
I get that.
Yeah. I want the robots, damn it.
Oh yeah,
I like the mix. I like the mix of the pilot and robot. You know,
I really just like the robot mode. The pilot mode is pretty neat, like in Titanfall 1.
Last Titan
but
Standing. Oh, dude, Last
really
Titan
like
Standing
robots.
in Titanfall 2 is so good. Last Titan Standing, it's awesome.
It's all right. I like the mix. I like
of course.
I like the
that's what I'm
calling
talking
down
about.
my Titan.
Oh yeah,
and,
in attrition and stuff like that. Yeah, I get what you're.
I don't want to start out in my robot.
You want to earn the robot.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. The thing about Livefire and why I think it's going to do well in Titanfall is that it kind of has. It's like Rainbow Six Siege, but with a Titanfall spin on it, where everyone has one life. There's an objective. There's a certain amount of time, but everybody has the Titanfall pilot movement, so it's a lot more faster. And I think there's going to be some really clutch plays with this. I can see this being a very intense game mode, Livefire. So I'll be keeping my eye on it, see how the community reacts to it, because again, it's just a very different way of playing Titanfall. Close quarters maps, everyone has one life, stuff like that. It looks interesting, and the fact that the game mode's getting unique maps. That are specific to that game mode, that's also cool too. And just Respawn are being awesome when it comes to Titanfall. Like,
good thing they're not Square Enix.
Okay, whatever.
No, it's good. Like you said earlier, I'm tying it back to what you said.
What did I say earlier?
It would be bad if
he
they
would
were...
love Square Enix if they Titanfall.
What the fuck? I'm so confused right
now.
Okay.
He's just trying to mess you up. I was saying good thing they're not Square Enix, right?
What does that have to do? What does that have to do?
Because you said they will mess things up. Square Enix, they make things shady.
I've said they've done shady.
You don't want that to happen.
They produce good games. Okay, you can twist my words around all you want.
I'm not twisting them. I'm just saying good thing they're not Square Enix, because they would have fucked it up. You would have basically you need more rounds. You're gonna have to microtransaction those rounds in.
Oh God.
What?
Oh man. So yeah, that's the Titanfall 2 update. Count, is there anything you're interested in, like the new weapon, the new cosmetics? I know you said you're not interested in the new game mode, but
not really. I'm not really a cosmetics guy.
Oh,
I don't know. I haven't played Titanfall 2 in about a month.
Oh,
I haven't had
there you go.
Okay, then no problem.
Good game, but it's just repetitive over and over. It is a great game.
Like every game ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Count, would you play... Whoa, I'm sorry. GamerTron, keep going.
What? No, I'm done. That
okay.
was Titanfall 2.
I thought you had like one last thing for some reason.
No, I got some more stuff if we go on more. But we're hitting the, 2-hour, 3-hour mark?
I actually had my first yawn, which means I'm tired. I'm curious whether, Count, you would play, since Titanfall 2, maybe not so much anymore, but what about Apocalypse Now being developed by Francis Ford Coppola?
I heard that they're going to make a Apocalypse Now video game. Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah.
What?
Francis Ford Coppola himself developing, I guess he's got a team or something, going to be developing an Apocalypse Now game. The core mechanic behind the game is apparently not to murder people, but to just survive.
Oh, shit.
And that kind of makes sense, if you ever saw the movie.
Well, I mean, what... That's a little confusing. Just survive.
Well, not just survive, but killing is not the main mechanic. We'll put it that way.
Why, they want to be politically correct or something? I mean,
I think it's more based on, like, you think about Vietnam.
Is this going to be like is this going to be a shooter game? Is it going to be like a story game, like Apocalypse
I'm not sure.
Now, like it's going to follow the movie, or you don't know?
I'm not sure, but they do have a Kickstarter that's going to be running.
Oh,
yeah, they do have a
Kickstarter
Kickstarter game that's going to be coming up. So they're shooting for a 2020 release.
Okay, wait. Why does Francis Ford Coppola need a Kickstarter?
He probably needs something to do. I don't know. And why would he pay for it himself?
Yeah,
it's a business thing. If other people are doing it, why not me?
Kickstarter. That kind of defeats the.
Oh man, they defeated that a long time ago with other games.
But
yeah,
it's a little cringy when a guy that is as wealthy as Francis Ford Coppola is making.
Hey, who knows? Nick Cage might have spent all his money.
Nick Cage, he's Nick Cage's uncle, by the way. If anyone doesn't know that.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah. Maybe his daughter her movies didn't turn out that great, and she blew all that money. Who knows? Anyways, so that's an interesting little thing that's coming up in the future there. We talked about.
I did read about that. I quickly skimmed through that when I saw that, and it'd be cool if it was like an intense is it going to be like a telltale story kind of game, or is it going to be like an actual boots on the ground, like fighting in Vietnam game? And
not sure.
Selling napalm in the morning.
Just something for people to think about. They can look it up from there.
2020, huh?
Yeah, 3 years. Go for it. Go.
Well, I think it's interesting.
I love the movie. Mm-hmm. I don't know what else to say. I love the movie. I mean, it's a classic movie.
Yeah, the movie was not about I'm the best killer ever. It was more about a dude that was in some freaky shit. Like, the environment was so different. He was already having, existential issues with himself,
Well, yeah, people were going nuts.
Mm-hmm. And people were going nuts. So that's why, to me, the mechanic makes sense, that it's not all about all right, get some, and more about I need to just be alive.
A shooter game.
Right.
Oh, it's Apocalypse Now.
Right.
Shooter, like Rambo or some shit.
Right.
Yeah, that's not what the movie is. I
mean,
if you haven't seen the movie, you should. It's one of the classic movies. But one of my favorite guys in Hollywood, that John Milius, he wrote some of that movie.
Yep.
Conan Barbarian director, but
yeah,
I mean, I would be psyched to play like a story-based game.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah, take my money. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
where you're dealing with the psychological part of the Vietnam War, not just the killing and. That would be...
Yeah, we don't have a lot of video games set in the Vietnam War. There's very few. So
the soundtrack would be epic. It's got the Flight of the Valkyries, that iconic soundtrack from that movie.
Oh, Count, you should have done that. Now we're going to get copyright because you just mentioned the song.
No, I haven't. I could hum the song. No.
Yeah. There it goes.
Yeah, never mind.
That was like 5 strikes right there. One strike per note.
Nobody's gonna.
Oh, that's what you say, and then YouTube is like, "Oh, really?"
Our algorithm is smarter than you.
12
idiot.
claims. Yeah. 12. But I only sang 5 notes.
Yep.
We already talked about Superheroes character creator, but I can't remember if we actually put it in the podcast earlier.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, I don't think we did. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of going to run through this. I'd like us to shut down real soon. I'm tired.
They're making. Yeah. No problem. Yeah. I got one other little thing to mention, but
yeah. That character creator video is up, so search Ship of Heroes. The stupid fucking thing about that is, I went to go watch it, and the first goddamn comment was like, well, plenty of games have good character creators. I was like, oh my God.
They do?
I was like,
really?
That's like somebody, the classic, the husband comes home from work. Hey, honey, I shipped 50,000 units or whatever this is. And she's like, yeah, but you didn't clean the gutters in the house. Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Can you just for a minute appreciate the accomplishment that I just did? No, you can't. You fucking gamer, fuck whoever that. What's his name? Piece of shit. Now I'm pissed.
Okay. You're gonna love this, Chandler. The person who left the comment. His or her name is Breckner Catalan, and here's the beautiful thing. On Brettler Catalan's YouTube page, she has a picture of an anime cat girl, and on top of that has his or her send message and discussion pages not available on their YouTube channel. So they can talk shit in comment sections, but they can't receive any messages or have shit be talked back to them. So on top of being a weebo, he's also a antisocial coward and loser. So comment on that comment.
B3 GamingCast, since I logged into the B3 GamingCast YouTube account, and I went ahead and responded to this Breckner Catalan. Can you appreciate what they did before knocking them on things that aren't here yet?
Well, here's what I think people are missing. And we're still talking about Ship of Heroes, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This game is going to be designed to be the spiritual successor of a MMO game that was out back in 2006, 2007. So, or maybe even before that. So this was a early MMO. So they are purposely trying to give this game a certain look and feel like that old game that they loved, like a kind of like a nostalgia thing.
Right.
So they're not going to try to make like everything look. Plus, it's like a developer studio with like 7 guys.
Right.
All right.
Well,
this
guy was commenting about like there not being any gameplay shown. They're showing off the fucking character creator, you stupid cunt.
It's with an updated engine. They're using the Unreal Engine 4. This game is not supposed to look like a polished, slick...
Well, they're not really... Nobody's commenting about, like, the quality of it. It's just that they're... That one... I just happened to see that one thing about, like... Oh, well, what about the gameplay? Or it's not the character creator that makes a good game, it's the gameplay. It's like, well, no fucking shit, but we're just talking about this right now, you cunt.
Right, exactly. The character creator looked fine to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
It looked like it
got all the sliders
Black
there.
Desert Online's character creator.
He made the character have a big butt at one point. I'm on board. Fine.
It's cool that it has a character creator with sliders that you can change the make the little bitty detail changes. Some people like that. I honestly, that's not a big deal to me.
Right.
I don't care. I would like my suit to look cool. Whatever, superhero or supervillain costume.
Yeah.
To look cool, but to make the little detailed changes, I don't care about that.
Yeah. See, whereas I love that stuff. I bought XCOM 2.
You are more into that stuff.
I actually signed up for Humble Bundle to get XCOM 2 just for the character creator.
Right.
But the game also looks really good too. But the character creator looks really fun, so I'm going to make like a bunch of people from the B3 GamingCast be in there.
Oh my god!
Or the community.
You're going to make a video about that.
Please yeah, of course. I'll stream it. It's going to take people, like I'll make a Volts and a Count and everybody,
Yay!
Count can be he'll be the healer, because he loves healing.
I want to be the villain.
There's no villain.
Yeah, I'm going to try to talk these Ship of Heroes guys into actually making a villain in their game. After my name, that would be so cool. Like,
just donate some money to them. Make one of the
villains named Count Chocula or something.
Throw them a few thousand. They could use it
on the Kickstarter.
I don't know if they have a Kickstarter. Just give it to them.
I don't know about a few thousand.
Right, slip them a 20. Who knows? I don't know.
When the Kickstarter
buy
comes
them some
out,
beer.
I am going to, in the name of the B3 Gaming Cast, I personally,
in the name of
the B3 Gaming Cast.
There you go.
It's not going to be a couple thousand. Let's put the brakes on that right there.
Yeah.
I'm poor, so yeah, I'm poor. Anyway.
Last few things I got: Division PTS 1.6 Week 2 coming out. A lot more changes are going in. I think they already have the updates in. I know one of the things I was watching the live stream for that one, Banshee's going to have something to where the Banshee set's going to have something to where you get extra damage to kill rogues after you get killed by a rogue for 10 minutes. So that should help out. If you get jacked by a rogue, you go in there for 10 minutes, you get some extra damage to kill rogues. People are like, "Oh, that's the stupidest thing." I was like, "Really? Is it the stupidest thing?" Because right now the balance is towards rogues. So why not help the balance the other way? So, and then people are complaining about not being able to sprint while you reload. It's like, yeah, but a lot of games have it to where you can't full-on sprint and reload at the same time, So you could still jog, a bunch of dumbasses. But So yeah, there's more changes to that. If you're interested, it's not a wealth of changes like that one, like last time where I made 2 separate podcasts for that specifically episodes,
right.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's other things. For like 50 minutes. That was a huge amount of information.
It did. Yeah, I did all the work. I did a lot that day when I edited those 2 down. Obsidian's Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, was apparently funded in less than a day at a 1.1 million goal.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so people that don't know anything about Obsidian, the Pillars of Eternity series, went over really well. Pillars of Eternity, the initial game, and it's supposed to be in the realm of like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, and Planescape Torment. So, if you really like those kind of third-person view, kind of like a Diablo style, kind of like Dungeon Siege style or whatever. Yeah. 3/4 view, just, RPG is really what it comes down to. Probably would be very happy that that's going to happen. And the last thing I have is what you guys experienced, the Nvidia driver giving shit.
Oh,
giving us shit, yeah.
God fucking damn it.
378.49 apparently giving problems to like Steam games or something like that. So it's a hardware encoding issue with the drivers. But I don't know. That's why you should never immediately download your Nvidia updates. Never. Just give it a week. Give it a week at least.
I did it when, after my first playthrough, I played Resident Evil 7 for like a whole day. And then I saw the update where they had a little splash thing going, make sure you update your drivers. I was like, okay. So I did. And then it automatically reverted everything to like fucking the highest possible resolution.
Right.
And it kind of screwed everything up, and I couldn't live stream it for a while because I had to roll back, and it was kind of weird. It was like it took over my settings of Resident Evil.
Well, I think if Zydax gave me a computer just like yours, I could test out what you're saying. Hashtag Zydax give me a computer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I'm an affiliate for them now. I have
there you go.
Links and everything.
Oh shit!
Not sell, but
nice.
I can refer people to.
That's how you sell out.
Zydax.
I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, I'll mark it for them. Give me a T-shirt. I'll wear it all day.
Let's put it that way. So
there you go.
I'm trying to talk my buddy Human Hater, who was in the chat earlier, into he's getting a new gaming PC. And I was going to try to talk him into the Zydex.
Yeah, there you go.
Zydex one. So.
Yep. Don't be fooled by the other gaming rig people that build systems. Like the one, what's the one? One of the guys was asking, I think it was Watusi, he was like, oh yeah, I'm looking at this rig, got a laptop. I think he got his rig already. But he mentioned, oh yeah, I heard about it from like Total Biscuit or whatever, or like there's the people that made one for him. I was like, that doesn't mean anything, man.
Right.
Don't be, gear. I could do this stuff. The only difference is I don't have like a cool looking case to put in. I have to buy one, but I could build all this shit. Trust me.
It's not that hard.
Just beware. Do some shopping to make sure they're not really screwing you just for the Total Biscuit came here. So you
really don't like Total Biscuit, eh?
No, I don't like stupid, non-thinking type stuff based on like celebrities or any of that stuff. Has nothing to do with him. That happens to be a thing.
I agree with you there.
It's like when somebody said the Tengenmatsu wasn't a good game or was crap, it was shit, and I was like, was it shit? Or did you actually like check it out for yourself, or are you just listening to somebody's?
Did you take
whoever
somebody's? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get that so much in my fucking videos. Like I get people saying, "Why are you talking about this game?" It's shit. Like because I like it, and it's my YouTube channel. I go to check out this person who's commenting, and they're subscribed to all these video game reviewers that didn't like the game.
Well, there you go.
Like, what, are you fucking like? What the fuck? Like,
yeah, it just happened to be.
I mean, I'll take a video game reviewer on YouTube as a guideline. Like, if the consensus is in and it's like a overwhelming majority that they all hate the game, I'm probably gonna take that more into account than just watch
what if they
one guy,
all hate what you like?
But that's true. I mean, that's true as well.
Yeah.
But if I know I like it, I'm not going to watch them anyway.
Right.
If it's something I like, I don't need to go to the reviewer for that.
Right.
So,
right. Well, sometimes, like I was saying, sometimes I watch that stuff just to look at the game, and they're mouthing off or whatever. But I just want to see the game. They can say whatever they want.
Something like Technomancer, I might watch a reviewer about because I really wouldn't know what to expect out of that.
Right.
So,
there was no real marketing for it. So, yeah.
So, but I'm not going to take what they say as face value. Just one guy. I'm not going to. Well, he didn't like it, so I'm probably going to look at 20 different guys.
Exactly.
And a lot of people just. No one really like loved that game, and no one really like hated it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was kind of in the middle.
It did all right. It did all
I
right.
didn't see any YouTube reviewer just bash it. I don't.
Well, I know
think it
some
made
gamers
anybody's top 10 worst.
I know some gamers, part of the B3 community that actually really love the game.
There
So once again, it's back to they're all just fucking opinions.
Right.
So
exactly.
you really just do as much research as you normally would have to, and there you go. How do you go pick a place that you want to eat at? It's the same thing. Same thing.
So. Exactly. The problem is these kind of gamers that think that everything needs to be objective. Like a game is objectively good or bad. Well, that's not entirely true. Like a game can have objective flaws and can have objective mechanics and stuff like that are well made and stuff like that. Games can be well made and they can have flaws, but whether you like a game or not, whether a game is good or not, that's going to completely depend on you and your tastes.
Yeah, there's a very popular game that's really pretty shit, and the people know it's shit, but because it's so quirky, they love it. It's it's based off of oh no, I'm losing. God damn it, fuck it, never mind. I cannot remember what the game is, but it's kind of like a murder mystery type game, but the characters in the game are so quirky and weird. And some of the mechanics are just silly that it makes for a good silly game to play, just because it's so kind of it's like it's so bad it's good kind of thing, So
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
damn it.
It has to do with the FBI agent, and they modeled it after a TV series that actually just came out, like with the third installment after years and years.
Shit, I know.
And
what
the
you're
director
talking
is
about.
like this really weird director, and it's just my brain. I'm tired right now. I want to eat something, but I can't remember anything, guys. I'm sorry.
How old is the game?
The game is actually probably about like maybe 6 or 8 years old.
The L.A. Noire?
No, not L.A.
No, because that's a good. I mean,
it's
that's
a Japanese created game.
Oh, okay.
And even the guy, I don't think it's Suda51, but it's one of those kind of guys. It's see, this is where I can't say anymore because I'm just gonna confuse everything. But
that's all good.
Basically, it's really popular because it's silly and janky, but still somehow manages to have enough appeal and charisma there that people really enjoy that silly stupidity. Even I'm done, guys. I can't remember fucking things anymore.
Yakuza Zero or what's that? Game that just came out?
Silent Hill. Even the Silent Hill series, a lot of those early games are actually kind of stupid with mechanics,
Yes.
And they even look really bad. Even for back then, they were like, wow, this is something bad's going on here, But they had enough charisma or appeal, silliness, quirkiness.
Charm. They had enough charm.
Yeah. That people were like, I kind of like playing this, So I think even the Resident Evil series early on, they were kind of like that too. So they were not really scary. Sometimes they might have had a moment here or there.
Oh yeah, that actually pisses me off. Like with Resident Evil fans, like no one wants to admit that the first Resident Evil wasn't scary. It wasn't scary. The first Resident Evil, it wasn't. Oh, you were almost a Jill sandwich. Oh.
Right. Everybody makes fun of it for a reason. Exactly. I think there can be moments, and if you're a child playing it, maybe you can get scared, But that is what that is. And some of the people probably were children when they played it. So, there you go. It's their first like scary game, and they're like, oh no, Zambos. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm totally done because I can't remember shit.
Okay, well, I got one last thing to wrap up the Cut podcast because I know how much you guys love these kinds of games. So a new game just got released on Steam. It's in the popular new releases.
Knuckle Power 3?
Called no, but it's in that same genre that I know you guys love these games.
Criminal Girls?
It's called Panty Party.
Oh,
really, Gamertron? You're gonna bring this up?
Well, I've changed his mind by getting him 2 games, so now he's like, I see the market. I see the potential.
The market for trash. Yes.
Yeah, I see how people love it. Apparently.
Okay, so Panty Party is a casual anime sexual content action game where you play as a pair of panties beating up other pairs of panties.
All right.
Look, it is 10% off right now. I recommend everyone to go get this game. It ends January 31st, probably before the podcast comes out. So, unfortunately, not a lot of people are going to know about it. $8.99.
Oh,
let me wrap up.
Oh my god!
Go
not
ahead.
only is it a panty, not only is it a panty on panty fighting game, but of course because it's Japanese, they found a way to fit a dating sim in there.
Of course. Yeah. Do you have to date the women so they wear you?
Holy shit!
Oh, this is beautiful.
This pair of panties has a bear on it.
Oh my god! Oh, you guys are gonna love that. This is a quote from the game. I have to find the warrior of love.
Look, it's got very positive user reviews. So this once again proves that reviews mean everything.
This is a new release.
Just get the very positive game.
I'm done. Okay, yeah, I'm finished now. What do you got?
Well,
fucking Panty Party.
I mean, how do you follow Panty Party? I just don't get it, man.
You can choose your panty.
Tidy Whitey Party or something. I have no. Now what I'm going to say is kind of silly. No, Conan Exiles comes out Tuesday.
But is he wearing panties?
Yeah, he's got tidy whities on. Yeah, I don't have anything for that, Gene.
It comes out when?
It comes out Tuesday. They released the price point for the early access. This is early access, of course. It's not going to be on consoles early access till like March.
Looks like the 31st, January 31st. All right.
Yeah. No, January 31st.
You said Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're in January, not February. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. $29.99 is what it's going to cost. Early access.
Not $60. Awesome.
Not $60.
Whoa.
I was worried that the game was going to be $60 early access, and that was going to be a no-go. I was going to pay $60 for a fucking $29.99 is the price. So that is good news for me. I'll be getting it, playing that when I get done with Resident Evil 7, which hopefully is tomorrow. So.
All right.
But yeah, I'm hyped for Conan Exiles, man. It's looking good.
Cool.
Good.
know, I really want to see a Call of Duty meets Ark gameplay. So,
what?
So GamerTron can be super happy.
What?
It's your favorite games, Call of Duty and Ark. You love Ark.
I actually really do like Ark. I also like Call of Duty as well. So.
Oh yeah, it shows every time you say things about them. Yeah, it does.
When I say, I don't. When have I talked
like anything that you know?
Ark?
Well, just like now.
I mean, the only shitty thing I've ever said
he's
about
got
Ark,
selective memory. Did you hear what he just said? When did I talk shit about?
I know he does.
Wow.
Like the only time I've talked shit about Ark is when the developers did something shitty and they still haven't optimized the game yet.
So what do you call what you were just doing?
Trolling?
That's talking shit. All right.
Same thing.
So, wow, we all have selective memory. All right.
This panty party is
over. This panty
is
party is
ridiculous.
over.
Why would you admit that you play this game? I'm sorry.
I didn't say I played.
I'm not talking about
We're
you.
shutting
I'm talking
this
about
down.
the reviewers on here right now. Why would you even make a review?
For Panty Party.
Guys, so
We're
much
done.
fun. Oh, man, get a girlfriend.
Guys, I really enjoyed playing Mad Max. I have to throw that in there before we shut down.
Oh, Mad Max is cool as hell.
The fighting is just glorious. The fighting. I punched a guy so hard that he hit the car that he was like next to and pushed the car back. Mad Max is a fucking god.
Yeah, it's Tom Hardy, man.
He punched him so hard that the car moved. It's on stream.
Fucking awesome.
Shit, nice. But yeah, Mad Max was one of my top 10 games of 2015. Mad Max is a fantastic game.
It blew my mind because I thought it was just, all right, just going to go around, Mad Max, drive a car, shoot people, fuck people up, get some water, play with the dog, whatever. Then, out of nowhere, there's people wandering around in the desert that you can give water to. And I ran over one group of them because I thought they were raiders.
Oh, fuck.
Because up to that point, I only knew let's kill everyone, you know? And so I killed him. And then I was like on my way back, and I was like, I jumped out of my car. And I was like, I'm going to fuck these 6 guys up. And I was like, man, they're walking slow. All right. So I walked, and I was like, well, wait a second. These are people? I was like, what is this game doing to me? What's going on here? I could give them water and be a nice guy? What the fuck is this game?
You can do that in the Division, too. You know?
Well, sure, but I mean, it's very clear. Like in Mad Max, you're driving down the road. You see something, you kill it.
Right.
That's what that, you know? Oh, and by the way, really quickly before, they have some of the best item or location spotting or location for your map that I've ever seen in a video game. Yeah. I've never seen it in the game, and I don't know why more games don't like have a mechanic that actually makes sense. Yeah, you go up in a balloon. Once you reach the top, you can like start spotting things with your long lookers. Sorry, he says long lookers, so I say that. They say binoculars, but whatever. And then it actually appears on your map. But it's an actual like in-game mechanic that's going on. Like there's still shit going on below you. Like there were raiders around my car, like trying to mess with me and all that. And I was like, I'm up here real quick. So it's so well thought out. So well thought out. All right, I'm done jizzing on.
Yeah, that game is on my list of games that are a couple years old to go ahead and get this year.
Oh man,
that's on my Steam sale list. Let's put it that way.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
On top of that, like Mad Max, it came out in 2015. It's still one of the best looking games out there right now.
It's pretty good. Yeah. You know, I'm glad they didn't make just a stupid rush this thing out for the movie video game.
Yeah, I know, right? It's the same guys who make the Just Cause games. They really put their heart and soul into it.
Yep.
That's why.
Yeah.
It makes sense. But only difference is the game has run flawlessly, unlike Just Cause. All right, we're out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, if you guys want to like.
Let's wrap this up. We're 2 hours, 3 hours, 30 minutes. Yeah. I think that was a good cast.
2:30.
30. Yeah, 30.
We got a lot of everything in there. All right. I'm gonna go put some food.
A lot of arguing.
Was there arguing?
No, I think
we were talking about differences. That's about it.
I just can't do the podcast with you guys anymore since we have differing opinions.
Like I said, Count, fair enough.
Must be enough.
All right, so everyone go look for the Count Chocula. The Count Chocula podcast coming soon to ears near you. Hopefully on you.
Oh my.
Unless you're playing Resident Evil 7, then they probably got removed. All right. Or they're growing on the bottom of your foot. Inbred bastards that they are. What?
Until next time.
Oh my god. What is this? Opie and Anthony show? We're gonna get like a little. They had their soundboard, remember?
Oh, I got 24 different effects.
Oh god, please share.
Do you have a bicycle?
Nah,
bring, bring.
Nah,
if you don't have the bicycle ring bell, then
no, I don't have that.
Then you need to return that.
They're all vocal effects, so yeah. I have to play with my new mixer.
Okay. One more count before we sign off. One more.
One more what?
A sound effect. Come on.
Well, now you're putting him on the spot.
GamerTron on Twitter coming soon.
Oh, nice. That's perfect. Fucking gorgeous. All right, we're out.